hold on a second. All right, let me do that. Let me do this. What are you guys looking at in the share screen? Are you looking at the regional map?
No, the module.
The module? Okay, great. Just read me a couple of words from the module so I can...
I'm just going to go to room 23B.
23B. Yeah, I see that you are not reading the module. There's no 23B. It stops at 22. Can you guys see? I mean, no, but seriously, you guys can see the regional
the
regional map. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, so where's Chuck?
Chuck's not playing.
Chuck's not going to be here.
But we need Matt because he's our secondary healer.
Yeah, where's Matt?
Yeah, we have to have one of our healers.
All right, let me throw a text to Matt. Is he on is he on roll 20?
He's not in either one of them.
Okay. All right, hold on. I'm going to text Matt real quick.
While he's doing that, Gordon, per the hammer, if somebody else would be a better choice, I'm open to that idea.
Yeah, I would so be a better choice for that hammer.
You or Storm?
As long as you can help me lift it to get up there in the front line.
You guys got a hammer?
I'll hold it up in the air, and then you just push it forward so I can smack someone with it.
I'm a good choice for it. I'll just put it in my bag.
And sell it later.
Sell it later.
I don't know, Dan. I just wanted to warn you that if you don't have that feed, it might end up biting you in the ass here and there when you're stuck and can't attack, or can only get a partial attack rather than a full attack.
Right.
I mean, it's an awesome item. It's just I don't know that it's going to work.
Yeah,
great.
I will address that with the DM when we start off tonight to make sure he knows what I'm doing.
Well, let's bring the madness. What do you got in mind?
Well, so what Gordon was pointing out is, so I was picking up the hammer, but the idea is occasionally, or perhaps I'm going to be dropping that hammer, pin stuff down. So I'm going to have the great still, and it's going to be sheathed on my back so that I can get to it as quickly as possible.
Like in a baldric kind of thing. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Which is a free action, but has to be done as part of a move action. But his point, from some time to time, I may have to give up a full attack action in order to switch weapons.
In order to think. So you're switching. So you're switching to the hammer as your primary weapon.
Correct.
Okay. Well, interesting.
Well, here's the second thing I was going to mention. That extra D6 of damage. We're in the world wound. That should be pretty much everything we're fighting. So
I'm sorry, I missed you. You had a little fade out there for a second. What? 6 against what?
So there's an extra 2d6 damage against evil creatures.
Evil creatures, right?
So I was just going to always roll it. You can ignore it if it doesn't apply, but it should apply most of the time.
Well, yeah, I mean, you are, as you point out, you are in the world wound. So the likelihood of occasionally running into an evil creature, moderately high. I'm going to say not a lot of like innocent farmers and I'm sorry. What'd you say?
I was telling them that validates my email to everyone else about our loot.
The one that you left me off of?
Pretty much. Oh no, we didn't send an email without you. I'm sure. I was mistaken.
I think this is the thing.
Mike, what about that one email? We didn't have him in that one, did we?
That's the thing about being a DM. It's a very lonely job. I can't tell the story to anybody. I can't tell you. It's like, oh wait,
you can tell us all.
That'd be great. No, it's a lonely thing. The man at the top, it's a lonely job.
Mm-hmm. Just saw Matt for a second.
Did Matt jump in, or did he?
He did, and then he jumped off.
Ooh, okay. Well, at least we know he's trying. That is good. All right, so quick recap. I'm sure you guys all went to the website, read the recap from last time as preparatory work for tonight. Lots of things happened last time, most of them right around town in Citadel Drazen. You guys had Irabet show up. You had Harlequin show up. You met a guy named Ohm during the trial of Vane, Staunton Vane. There's Matt.
Hello, can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yep, we can see you. You guys met with Horgus Guerum, who brought in the supply line. You met with that guy Orlus, who was Irabet's sort of mage. Orlund, I'm sorry, not Orlus. And basically, last time was a pretty substantive exposition dump and a transition period from one area of endeavor to another. But what we realize as we move forthrightly into the third book of this adventure path is that now you are in a big sandbox, which as a DM, I just really love, because it means I have to have everything prepped, and whatever isn't ready to go, you guys will unerringly head there like an arrow shot from a bow.
Yeah, we talked less. We're going to split the party in 8 parts, and we're all going to go in our own ways.
All right, perfect. Now, I know that there was some various talk. What is that? Is that Dougie's still sending out links? Oh, yeah. The attending authors. I'm going to check that later. Okay, so Gen Con, by the way, Matt, I don't know if you're into conventions. I know you are. Gen Con event thing dropped. We're going, right?
Down here. No,
yeah. I'd love to go. I'm not sure it worked out this year for my schedule, but I'd love to go. I'll let you know. Okay,
sounds good. Who's that there with you, Don?
It's my brother Richie.
Hey, Richie.
Hey, Richie.
Hola, Richie.
We can just see his elbow.
We're going on.
There he is. Hey, Richie.
We're going on vacation starting tomorrow, so he's going to house sit for us.
Oh, nice. Very cool. All right, so there was a lot of talk about the dangers of the world last time. So, the ability to sort of travel around. I mean, the Queen has basically said you guys need to investigate, harass the enemy, engage in guerrilla operations, gather intelligence. So that's sort of the Queen's mandate, using Citadel Drazen as a base of operations. The other thing that you have going on is you have a couple of things going on, right? So the Queen has said, you guys engage in guerrilla operations, go out there and harass the enemy, gather intelligence, see what you can mess up. The second thing I think we need to talk about is Bardos. Bardos is missing. Bardos has been, I mean, honestly, you don't know you guys as characters do not know what happened to Bardos. All you know is that you have Baru with you, and Baru says that he's still alive, and he's to the south and to the west. You don't know the distance. It has to be within about 100 miles because that's the range of a animal companion or familiar's sort of range. And he hasn't talked, but as far as today is, and now we're about 10 days after what we're calling the fall of Drazen, Bardos is still alive. You also, so that's two. You also have this information that you've gotten from the Tiefling guys that says there is this heretic succubus who knows the location of the Ivory Temple where the Templars are coming out. Now you guys don't know the location of that, although you've heard talk that that when they leave they go to the south and west. So it might be the same area. You don't know. It's hard. You're not sure, but things are sort of starting to. I mean, it's too much for coincidence. Everybody talks about when we saw the demons fly away, they flew to the south and the west. To the southwest. When Baru says where's Bardos, you ask Baru where's Bardos, to the southwest. When somebody asks about this heretic succubus who knew the exact location of the Ivory Tower. The Ivory Sanctum, it's called. All indications were that it was somewhere to the southwest. So you get the impression that if you want to take it to the Ivory Templar guys, south and west is the same way, as is Bardos. So it could be that Bardos is in custody of these guys. It could be not. It could be a coincidence. You don't know. All you know right now is what you see on the visible map that we're looking at right now. So you see Citadel Drazen, and you can see the sort of hex around it, which is indicatory. The darker green hex is indicatory of the 10-mile no-fly zone for demons. The hexes themselves are about 12 miles across, so that's why you don't see that.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we decided last time we're going to hit the tomb first, hopefully get some intel, and then maybe head into the Baphomedians. Isn't that what we kind of agreed on, guys?
It sounds right. Here's the thing: the tomb, Delamir's tomb. Delamir was a sort of rogue priestess of Erastil, and your priest of Erastil is not here.
Not here.
Right. Yeah. I was going to say the same thing. It's like,
and maybe by design, he may be like, look, whatever you guys are going to do to this priest, I don't even want to know about, guys. So, frankly, I don't blame him.
So okay? So is it possible that there's somebody at this tomb that might have a charm, a spell, a means of scrying that they could reach out to Erastil type folks?
Possible.
Well, you have kind of an idea. Orlin would tell you, he's done, and Valentin knows a little bit about this, is that there used to be a guy in the area, a priest of Erastil named Jesker Helton. And Jesker had actually spent some time in Dresden, perhaps as a prisoner, perhaps not. Nobody's really sure. It's hard to sort of credit that he was here not as a prisoner, because clerics of Erastil are good. Erestil's a good aligned cleric, a good aligned deity. So he was almost certainly a good aligned cleric, which means he wouldn't have been here on his own. But according to Valentin and according to Orlin, he was here for a while. Now, he spent some time here, obviously had something, because Valentin, you'll remember, found a copy of that book that outlined what Delamere was all about. So this place down into the south of you guys is Delamere's tomb. You guys have an idea that maybe this Jesker Helton, in the back of the book, you can see this writing that basically looks like Helton's writing and says, "Look, this is right." And I can give you. Hold on, let me get that for you. I'll tell you exactly what it says, but I'll repeat the stuff. But you think it might be Helton's writing in this book by and about Delamere. So that being the case, it's possible that this cleric somehow managed to extricate himself from Dresden and headed to this Delamere's tomb. Now, if he was here, there might be some information here in Dresden. Dresden, for all its thing, has a pretty substantive library. And, it could be that there's some information about this Hesker dude here. But, you guys haven't looked, so you don't know.
Is there anything in the library about where the Baphomedians are?
There is not. There was a bunch. So you guys will remember that you went into one room that had a lot of maps and stuff like that. These were more like larger scale maps. Frankly, to your elven eyes, whoever was working on these maps and that kind of stuff made a pretty substantive effort to ensure that there was no notations of the location of these Baphomedians. Although there's references to this ivory sanctum in several places, and the Baphomedians providing soldiers and that kind of stuff, there's no location. You think that's by design?
As I recall, you said that these hexes are 12 wide, right, on this map?
12, yes, 12 across.
Okay.
So just from a metagaming standpoint, it takes an entire day to investigate a single hex.
Great.
Okay. So here's what the message says inside the book, which the book is called "The Stag King's Bride," and it's an account of a priestess of Erastil named Delamere who taught that cities were the greatest blights on humanity. Blah blah blah. And then there's a short message written in the back. It says, "Delamere has the right of it. Dresden is too big for its own good. A trip to her tomb to search for more of her teachings may be in order." And it's not signed or anything, but it could be this Helton's handwriting, because it's compared to the rest of the book, it's a lot newer. The ink is a lot newer.
Maybe we should go down to Winter Sun since Chuck's not here today, instead of the tomb. Winter Sun didn't have any priest stuff going on, right, Les? Are you?
It did not. So Winter Sun is.
There was a noble family that came back, right?
Correct. Yeah. So here, I'll just read from the recap of what Orlin tells you. Hold on a second. I'm sorry, not Orlin, but Valentin mentioned to you about Winter Sun. Hold on a second. I'm almost there. Here we go. Many Sarkorians fled their homeland when the world wound opened, abandoning their lands to save their lives. You'll remember that before this region was the world wound, it was called Sarkorius, or Sarkoris, I'm sorry. Marhavak Grunhild Winterson is the descendant of a guy named Korag Grunhild Winterson, a clan liege who initially made the choice to stay behind and resist the demons. The first wave of demons was eventually driven back by the First Crusade, and Korag's family was commended for its bravery. When the Second Crusade failed to do the same against a larger, more organized attack, the Grunhild Wintersons fled eastward into Mendev. When they did so, however, Valentin told you, they brought with them an unwanted and unexpected presence. For in staying stubbornly behind at first, Korag Grunhild Winterson allowed the exposure of demonic energies to infect his family, and ever since, children born to the clan have suffered. In the least of unfortunate circumstances, a baby is born with a vestigial tail or a deformed foot, but in the worst, they had babies that were snapping, hissing, demonic monstrosities, and frankly, were quickly put down.
See, Les had a lot of good flavor text there, but all I can visualize is that X-Files episode Home with the inbred brothers and the mom on the board of the bed. That's all I hear now. You don't know what it's like to be a mother, Scully.
So Marhavak, who was Korag's great-grandson, did not escape the family curse, although when he was first born, it seemed that he had. It wasn't until he helped defend his family from a demonic attack that the sinister nature of his abyssal influence manifested itself. Marhavak had followed in his parents' footsteps, becoming a barbarian upon coming of age, and his barbaric rage and power saved his family from destruction at the hands of a pack of babaus in this case. But after being gravely injured, Marhavak thereafter found that whenever he entered a rage, his body twisted and deformed into that of a fiendish brute. The touch of a demon's claw was all that was needed to unlock his inner demonic nature, and as his power grew, so did his madness. His three brothers once tried to remove him from power at the head of the clan. When he slaughtered them, the rest of his clan fell meekly in line. Marhavak soon realized that Mendev was no longer a home for him, and he led his frightened but cowed family back to the west, back into the world wound to reclaim their ancestral home. This is perhaps 4 months ago since Marhavak and his family re-entered the Marchlands. Wintersun is that home.
Yeah, that sounds delightful.
Sounds like a fun.
Are we sure we want to stop by there for a little visit?
Do we think that the succubus is the one that could most help us find Bardos?
So the rumor that the tiefling prisoners tell you guys is that the succubus, the heretic succubus, does know, everybody agrees that she knows the exact location of the Ivory Sanctum. If you guys suspect that Bardos is in the clutches of the Templars, which we don't know,
It's a good
she might be the right person to think. Also, from the point of view of being good heroes, a succubus who has turned her back on her demonic heritage and trying to be good might be a great person to help. Now, what you do know is that Staunton Vale sent an Annis hag out to find her in hopes that he would retrieve her before Aponovicius returned to Dresden. Now, obviously, a lot of things have happened since then. But that Annis hag, according to the tieflings, headed due west from Citadel Dresden. So it's possible that whatever trail the Annis hag was following, that the succubus headed due west in some way.
I would almost vote, since we don't have a Chuck here tonight, I would almost vote we'd go after her because,
I agree.
I mean, playing Illendar is his main focus is to get Bardos back. Everything else can wait until that happens, and so.
Yeah, I think we went through this last week, and we all agreed that was job one.
Right. So
I don't have a problem with that.
So we were going to go by the tomb because it wasn't too far out of the way, and plus because Lothar was going to be with us. Since he's not here.
He was also going to help us triangulate.
Right.
Since he's not here.
If it was southwest, if we go either south or west, we can triangulate. If this hag took off due west, I'd say we take off due west looking for her. And then as we move west, use the triangulation to kind of figure out where we're going.
Do you want to go to this square first and then search it?
I would probably just start. I'd probably start this one. Just
right, and then the one.
Okay, let's spend a day searching this one, and then we'll.
I'm fine with that. One, and then we'll just start going west for a couple days. And I mean, we have to search. I can't imagine. Now, Les, you said if we'd spend a day, we found everything.
if you spend an entire day, you basically, from a metagaming point, I pull the white cover off of that hex.
Okay, so if we just make a line through there, if the succubus, like let's say we go and we start here, and the succubus was in this one, if we just travel through it, we wouldn't find her. Correct. If
you take the time to travel, just travel straight through it. Yeah, I don't pull the cover off. If you take the time to explore the entire hex,
if she was in there, we would at least see something. Maybe
it's possible, but remember these hexes are 12 miles across.
Right.
Is that right? So, but if we travel straight through it without searching it, there's no chance of finding.
Correct. Yeah, you wouldn't. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a small chance, but yeah, the likelihood is very low.
Let's go to this one first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Besides, it's Mike's birthday, so he gets to pick.
Yeah, that's right. Happy birthday, dude.
Thank you.
How old are you these days?
I'm getting up there. I'm like 47.
Good Lord, man. That's old.
Man, that's old.
Old folk.
Yeah.
God.
You gotta have socks that old.
Yeah, actually had family here until like a couple minutes before gaming. And I was trying to figure out how to be grateful, but then come on guys, I got to do so. You guys.
Well, happy birthday, dude.
I got lucky and they left, a few minutes before I had to be in here. So
perfect.
We all chipped in and got you 5 experience points each.
Sweet.
Chipped in. All right. So go ahead. Yeah.
Before we leave, we are giving our merchant friend our booty list, our booty,
one more thing.
the stuff to sell, and we're giving them a list of things to buy.
Really?
Now, us players have not come up with that list yet.
Okay.
But we will. But I'm letting you know before we leave here, we are giving him that list and saying, hey, can you take this stuff back for us and sell it? And then while you're there, find these items for us.
All right. Keep in mind that because you guys are on the edge of battle, essentially. This is a war zone. So obviously stuff takes on, the creation of stuff, the acquisition of things, there's a premium. In this case, if it's regular things,
I think all of the stuff we're going to do, at least the stuff that we had talked about so far, they're all pretty standard items.
Okay.
They're not custom items. They're just pretty normal.
Pretty standard stuff. Okay, so let me just start by saying that standard items are going to probably be 150% of cost. Healing magic is probably going to go up to 200%, just because of the fact that there's so much demand and so little supply. Most of what Horgus is going to have to do, he's going to have to go to Starfall or maybe even as far as Caliphas to find these things or find guys who can make them. Now he's willing to do that, but it could take time and it's costly.
Now, if there's a premium for these type of items, does that mean if we sell them, we get that premium as well?
You'll get some premium, but not obviously there.
Right.
This guy's a businessman.
Right. Okay. Well, like I said, we're still hashing out what we're ordering, but I'm just letting you know we are ordering it before we leave.
Okay. Now I'm assuming
we can start that process of him traveling up there, trying to find it, and then getting it back.
Gotcha. Okay, so just a couple of things. First, according to Guerm, the plan is that fresh supply trains will arrive in Dresden from Tenebris every 10 days.
Okay.
So, it'll be, depending on how long it takes him to find stuff, that's the kind of, there'll be a regular schedule, and you can sort of like say, oh, he'll tell you, okay, well, it'll take, it'll be on the second train, and you'll know.
Yeah, I'm assuming best case scenario for these things is about 3 weeks for the first group to come in.
He's still establishing the trade route. He's
right.
still, that the KEF is charged with guarding that trade route from the western side of the Selen River. So, there may be some kerfuffles.
Right.
The other thing is Citadel Drazen is a safe place for you guys. So I'm not sure how you guys want to use how you guys want to use Citadel Drazen as base ops. I mean, I'm assuming that you guys will spend a fair amount of time out in the hinterlands because that's essentially what the Queen has asked you to do. But
Right.
Surely there will be times when you go back home to Dresden.
Right, and that's why my thought was we'd make the order and have him bring him back here and hold him here, and then just the next time we come through Drazen, that it's there, then we'll pick the stuff up.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. All right. So current existing maps show the area directly to the west of Dresden. You would see that these darker areas are rifts, canyon rifts. They tend to be between 50 and 250 feet deep. Sometimes they have creatures in them. So the tan parts that you're looking at are like sort of plateau, whereas the darker portions are much like the empty riverbed that you guys came
Generally, we want to go around the rifts.
Yeah. Well, the likelihood is that if there are things living out here, they're going to be in those rifts.
Okay, so yeah, what Don said.
So did you guys decide on whether or not you were going to take horses or not?
Yes,
we did.
I think.
And what you were going to do as far as food and water?
I believe. Didn't I think? I mean, I don't remember everything, but I believe we discussed that we'd bring a couple of like henchmen, dudes, and to bring our mules and stuff back. But we're also going to bring mules, I thought, instead of horses. Is that what we're doing?
Right, pack mules for rations, and we could create water.
Right, and I think
and we're foregoing the horses because the horses were just too much water
Right.
for us to deal with food and water.
I think also Les had said that there wasn't a huge movement increase, and plus you still got to spend the day to look over everything anyway, so it just didn't make sense to take them.
Right.
Okay. So what you got to get like two?
So just
burros?
just a few horses just to grab some gear.
Or I mean, are you going to get a wagon?
No.
No, just back horses.
Two mules. They can carry a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, a mule, burros. Both of them can carry a substantive amount.
Right.
I guess from you, we just need to know how much food does that constitute to carry 2 mules worth.
Well, that's a great question. I mean, are you going to all we want them to carry is food?
Yes.
Yeah, we don't need water. We got water, so.
All right. Do you have something to catch the water in, though?
Our mouths.
They're carrying one cask. No, they're carrying one empty cask.
All right, here we go. Hold on a second. Let's take a look at
about the empty cask.
the specs on the mule.
We went the super mule, the undead proto mule or whatever. What's that called in Pathfinder, where they have the high end monsters down below, like the alternate ones? I have to go back and look. I can see by the crickets that I've lost the crowd.
Hey, I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I'll find it.
You're just babbling right now.
Yeah, there's nothing new there.
A mule. Donkeys and mules are stolid in the face of danger, hardy, sure-footed, and capable of carrying heavy loads over vast distance.
A dire mule, maybe? Yeah.
They have this
Dire mule.
dire mule. Okay, they have the same.
This is the Outlands here, you know. Sure, there's a saber-toothed mule or something rolling around, right?
Yeah, we're just putting the dire template on everything.
All right, so a mule can carry. Is that right? That sounds crazy.
Well,
No, they carry a lot.
According to this, a mule can carry 800 pounds of stuff.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
yeah.
Does that sound right?
Mule's a cross between a donkey and a horse, so it's got the best of both.
Think
So.
of a mule kind of like a war horse almost.
Okay. Wow. All right. 800 pounds. So, you guys determine how much stuff you're going to bring with you. I mean, so
Yeah, 800 pounds of rations.
800 pounds of rations. Like we'll be taking a whole cow with us.
But we can't have a cow walk, so it's got to ride
It's
on.
a barbecue.
All right, hold on. Let me check on the ration weight. I'm guessing it's 1 pound per or 5. I don't know.
I think it's 1 pound
No
per
way.
day per person, isn't it?
Yeah.
For just,
think
for
that
just
sounds
the
right.
ration part, not the water part of the ration.
For the lambus bread.
All right. Trail rations.
1 pound a day.
1 pound, and that's per day?
So that's 800 man days worth of rations. That's a ton.
Days worth of food. This bland food is hardtack, jerky, and dried fruit.
And the mule will eat 3 of those each day.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so 800. So there are how many of you guys?
1, 2, 3, 4,
5,
Make sure we count Chuck too, right?
6.
Yep. 7, and then plus 3 for the mule, so equivalent of 10.
What about Farina's kitty? Is she fending for himself?
Oh, yeah, no. He would want to eat too. I would imagine he's good for 2.
Yeah.
So 12 a day.
Yeah.
All right, so even one burro would be able to carry if it was just assume let's take if he's going to be carrying water, let's take 100 pounds off for water. So because he's going to be carrying the barrel or cask of water, so you guys have water. So then it's 700 divided by 12 eagles. Oh well, 2 months worth of food. Almost.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. So are you going to buy all that?
No.
Yeah. Aren't we the heroes of Canibris here? Don't we just get all this for free?
Well, here's the thing. It's only the first thing has arrived. So, and you're talking about half a gold piece per pound.
We're going to start with 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks should be good.
2 weeks for everybody. So let's let me do some quick napkin math here. So 14 times 12 is 1728. That can't be right. Yeah, it's 12 meals per day times 14 days. Hold on a second. I still think I fucked that up. Math is not my strong point. 168 meals divided by 0.5 equals.
I mean, times 0.5.
Times 0.5.
We'll help you with your math.
Thank you. Okay, I lost it.
So 12 times 14, I got 168. If you want to add another 100 pounds for water, that's 268 pounds.
Times 0.5. So 84 gold pieces. That's what I was trying to figure out. Price.
Okay.
I'm taking 84 out of party booty, so no one has to mess with it.
All right. So now you guys have 2 weeks straight of trail rations and a bucket for the water. Any other stuff you're going to take along? I mean, are you going to get...
And we're splitting that between 2 mules just in case something happens to one.
All right. What about tents,
We've got plenty of
bedrolls?
capacity for bringing stuff back.
Cook
I would say, yeah, a few tents, just to give us something to sleep in. That would probably be what would round out the rest of the weight.
Blankets and whatnot.
Yeah, it gets cold out at night.
Medium tents are 15 gold pieces and weigh 30 pounds. And they are... Each medium tent is big enough to hold 2 creatures.
Would they give us a small contingent to go with us to watch this stuff?
What was that, Gordon?
I said, would they give us 1 or 2 soldiers to watch this stuff for us?
I don't know. They might. Is that what you want? You want to drag a couple of NPCs around with you and get them killed?
Well, I'm just thinking.
They stay with the mules.
Military issue camp stuff would be easier to deal with if we had a couple people that knew what the hell.
Maybe a couple of the rangers that that we had. I mean, this is still a military adventure. So how about a couple of rangers that were our scouts when we were trying to get to Dresden here?
Oh yeah, guys from the KEF, the scout guys. Okay, yeah, you could probably borrow.
Somebody who live off the land or are good at camouflaging themselves if they have to sacrifice the mules.
They probably they would act as guys. So they would set up the tents. They would do all that stuff, get the food preparation.
Right, and their main job is protecting the mules.
Yeah,
hide the mules.
Good. Sacrifice your life for this mule.
Gonna need more food.
Yep.
Mule stew, mule souffle.
So for another 2 weeks, that's 7 gold pieces apiece.
I have a question.
Gold pieces off of the party booty.
Don't the mules have to? Since this is a barren land, don't the mules have to carry their own food?
It's already factored in.
Okay.
All right, and then for tents, you've got 7, 8 people.
4 tents. That's 2 apiece.
What about the NPCs?
They'll always be a
5
watch.
tents.
They'll always be a watch. Okay, 5 tents.
5 tents. So that is 75 gold.
Yep.
Plus, throw another, let's say, 25 gold, just to so that just accoutrements like a couple of coils of rope, some blankets, cook pots,
Flint steel.
yeah, flint and steels, that kind of stuff. All right.
Okay. That's removed.
Awesome. Okay. All right. You guys are ready to go.
Let's rock.
Dawn.
We're going to start at this one, right?
Well, yeah.
You know, us is just going to kill all these guys like immediately. We're going to end up with no mules and nothing, no food.
Fireball.
No food and 6 days away.
All of a sudden, everybody's going to start being really nice to Storm. Hey, that pack looks good on you.
Back.
He looks delicious. He'll come back
We all have
tomorrow.
our. While we're here, Les, just so I can really announce it down. I'm going to replace anything missing from my dungeon pack that I've had since level 1 here when I first fell into the underground area.
All right.
So ropes and flasks and crap like that.
The first caravan, basically, that's pretty much the kind of thing that was. I mean, Horgus Graham was like, I'm bringing food, I'm bringing equipment, I'm bringing tools, I'm bringing all the stuff you need. Luxury goods come later.
Right.
Okay, cool. All right, so you guys are heading due west. All right, where are you guys going to go? So just assuming that you guys are going to take.
And we're going to spend the day, so yeah.
All right, so that'll be day 2. It's going to take you a day. Let's draw the path here. What color do you guys want for your path? I'm having trouble here.
Pink, yeah.
A nice purple pink. All right, so you guys head out from Dresden, and you go out this way. And I'm assuming that you head north to go between these two things like that, because otherwise, if you're heading west, you're going to avoid the rifts. You're staying on the plateau.
I can't see what you're talking about.
Oh, sorry. Hold on.
On your line, say show others.
There you go.
There we go.
Yep, that's the path we're taking.
Okay,
Yep.
so that's the path you guys are taking. That's gonna take
That's only 12 miles though, right?
Yeah, but here's the thing: it's essentially really difficult terrain. So even that 12-mile path is going to take. I mean, you guys are sort of like following the map and that kind of stuff and avoiding things. You guys gonna have to move around. It's going to take you. I mean, and you're on foot, so.
Well, let's say it takes us a full day to get here. Then.
Yeah.
Right at the end.
Yeah. So it's going to take. So just for ease of accounting, it's going to take a full day to cross a hex, or a full day to explore a hex. But if you explore the hex, you get to pop the lid off it. If you cross the hex, you do not.
So it doesn't make any sense to not just cross them. So we'll just explore everywhere we go.
Okay. So in this hex, you do not find a ton of stuff. It's pretty barren. You find a lot of indication that there were
A lot of sand.
well, troop movements. So this path that you've taken in between these two rift valleys is pretty well trod. So at least something has been coming this way. Now you can't tell. I don't know. Does anybody have survival? You want to try to track?
I could.
Give it a shot, homie.
Not one of my specialties. Let's see.
Holmes
Yeah,
got a little bit of it.
I don't want to embarrass anybody, but
Well, I'm embarrassed.
yeah, I got 2 in survival. Don't we all get survival extras for surviving to Dresden there? Okay, there we go. That's a respectable number.
Well, I mean, you guys, for the most part, the 3 of you essentially see much of the same. A lot of tracks of various kinds. Some mostly booted, and humanoid in shape. So
Did your survival roll, Fletcher?
Yeah, that was mine.
yeah.
So you said,
Bad
hey, this
roll.
poison ivy looks edible.
What's this plant? So yeah, you see a lot of tracks, especially in this. I want to say this area right here, and I'll just throw down a second. I'm just gonna cut it. Well, no, I won't use that. Hold on a second. Use the
Okay, if I roll Farina's left, she's not here yet, but she's coming. She's got a pretty good survival.
Yeah, I'll tell her to do that.
She's a hunter, so she'd be the one that would be looking for this stuff.
All right, I'm highlighting this spot right here. You see that area right there?
Yep.
That area is, oh yeah. So she would be able to tell these tracks. So there's a lot of tracks here. So a lot of traffic has gone in both directions. Farina would tell you. Most of it humanoid-sized booted feet. She also is finding that there is wagon tracks through here, although they're much obscured. And she can see the tracks of hoofed animals. She thinks animals, some sort of hoofed creature, and a lot of them, frankly. Both small hooves, maybe the size of a teacup, and then larger hooves, maybe the size of a salad or a dinner plate. Those only go in one direction. Those only go towards Citadel Drazen. They do not come back. Whereas the booted feet are in both directions, and the wagon ruts are in both directions.
Last Shark could tell you these aren't sand people because they didn't travel in single file to hide their numbers.
No, there doesn't seem to be any attempt to hide any of the tracks. They're pretty blatant. You can't really tell the age of the tracks. Some of them, like the ruts from the wagons, are pretty old and well kind of put in. These booted tracks could be Farina will tell you some of these tracks can be as recent as a week or as old as a year. All right, hold that thought. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves.
We got nothing to talk about.
Did anybody have any questions about the email I sent with the loot or the items that I threw on there?
No, thank you for doing that, though.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yeah. We all greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem. I just grabbed some generic items that I thought might be useful to most, or at least half the party members.
Do we want to declare too, now that we've done some switcheroos on armor?
What's that?
That I gave up armor to Gordon's new character. What's his name? Ortho.
Right. Yeah, everything that happened with the emails, I kind of assumed that did take place with our numbers.
I'm just saying, do we need to tell Les?
Oh no, it's great to keep him in the dark.
Okay.
Yeah, don't forget that helmet. That's pretty cool.
Right.
Yeah, I forgot about the helmet. Thank you. Let me get that.
Yeah, make sure. So yeah, you got that. Make sure, Don, you got that shadow armor.
Yeah.
I think Dan, you got that +1 breastplate.
Yay!
Make sure you got that on there. And then
Oh yeah, I wanted to talk to you guys about that. When
Gordon,
you guys leave, you guys the first day on the travel, you check the burrows, you can't find any of that stuff. I don't know what happened. I think Horgus took it all.
And Lothar's not here. Lothar stole it off from us.
Lothar stole it. Those priests of Erastil, you know how they are. Priests of Erastil.
And then yeah, Dan, you got the hammer. So yeah, all this stuff I already accounted for on the list.
Cool. Thank you. We were just singing Mike's praises because he went through all our gear and organized it into buy, sell, or keep or sell categories.
He's good at that. All right, so the next day, so that's one day. Hold on, I gotta start writing this stuff down, don't I? Yes, I do. Very much. All right. That's day one. You're surprised at how one other thing that you note as you're traveling along with the in addition to these tracks is the complete and utter lack of plant or animal life that you can see. There, you saw no desert animals. There was no plant life. It is at least in this area right here, it is a barren wasteland. So one thing wanted to mention, just over the rift into the north there is Sesker's Gully. If you guys wanted to check that out, I don't know if you wanted to take a time out and maybe take a day to check that out.
The Fern Gully here?
Sesker's Gully, which was to the north, which Valentin described as a ghost town that sits on the northern bank of the Ahari River. It was a Crusader-founded town that was abandoned after the Second Crusade. Sesker's Gully, as far as anybody knows, is abandoned to this day.
Okay.
So ghost town. I don't know if you guys want to check that out. It might take an extra day out of your 2 days.
Unless just goes without saying, but yeah, when we're traveling, you guys don't see Illendar at all. I've got robes pulled up so far around me that I look like a Jawa. You just little cloak I'm barely looking out of. And
why is that? Is the sun?
Direct sunlight does not go well with drow.
No, not at all.
Okay.
I'm not liking this.
Does the party want to sightsee at Fern Gully, or we want to move on? I don't mind seeing it, especially if there's something there. There's another place we can check out the list if the succubus be hiding. But I also don't like the cheerful manner that Les just presented it to us on either. Why don't you just stop by? It'll be fine. A quick day trip.
It's
all kinds of red flags right there.
It's across a gully. It's across one of those valley things. So
yeah, we would, but it's out of the way. We'll see. We'll catch you on the way back.
It's only a day away from Citadel Dresden, so it would be an easy sort of jaunt out there and back. It would take just a day, a day or two.
Yeah, but they're the relative one avoids, though.
Well, nobody goes there, or at least as far as you know, nobody's been there. All Valentin knew is that it was a ghost town it's been a ghost town for a while.
Yeah, it's just a ghost town. Why don't you stop by? I'm sure it's fine.
Right. You guys.
We will point Bardos' rat toward it to see if he gets any vibe from that direction.
You mean like as far as where Bardos is?
Right. Yeah, we're using a rat to triangulate, right?
Opposite. It's opposite.
Okay. Which we expect. So
opposite direction.
Well, he's our primary objective out here. So where he goes, we go.
Bardos is, or
that's our primary.
At this point, you guys have written off Bardos. He got possessed probably by the shadow demon. Who knows what he is now.
I want to watch Gordon play two different characters at once.
Don't say that because one of them will probably be evil, Matt.
You have to split screen yourself. You put yourself on a different monitor for that character.
All right. So the next day,
talk with a Cockney accent.
That's right, lad. All right. So the next day, you guys move into essentially uncharted territory. You guys are moving into there, and you take the opportunity to investigate the entirety of this, and you find
we did it.
Essentially, you've expanded the realm of Crusader knowledge. You guys are the first Crusaders who have come this far in a long time. There are no rifts. The rifts die out, and you continue to move in here, and you find that it's a straight shot across. You guys are still heading due west, correct?
Yeah. So the thing said that she took off due west, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Again, everybody who wants to give me a survival check, and I would like everybody who feels like looking give me a perception check as well. Oh, look at you, buddy. Oh, Illendar.
Whoa, Fletcher.
Whoa, is that a survival or perception?
That was survival.
Here's my. I just jabbed myself in the eye with a thorn. All right, and here's my perception. Okay, got all those lists.
Hold on. All right, so Flash Art did a fantastic job. Let's see. And Fletcher, that your perception was a 1? Boy, it's feast or famine with you today, isn't it?
Yeah, isn't it?
Don, you need to check that macro.
Yeah, I'm fixing it.
Perception 0. That's nice. Well done.
You're a little negative on that.
All right, so let's do survival first. Ohm did pretty good. Fletcher did splendidly. So Fletcher, you really, and you actually point this out to the dwarven captain. You guys see the tracks become far more dispersed once you get out from in between the two rift areas. You see some tracks going southish, and other tracks continuing to go to the west. One thing that you see, Fletcher, and that you want to point out, and you pointed out to Ohm first, is a set of tracks that seems pretty new, like in the last 3 or 4 weeks. And also, they also are very different from the tracks you're used to. So the vast majority of the tracks that you're seeing here are of 2 kinds. 1 is booted feet, 2 wagon wheels. There's a fair amount of what you pretty much suspect are animal tracks. Hoofed feet, probably sheep's or cows. And you're guessing that maybe this was a path by which food was brought in from the west to Citadel Drazen. Could be some sort of supply line out of the whatever fortresses exist in the world, which you guys don't know. But there is animal tracks. These set of tracks are very different. For one, they're bigger than the average booted feet. Most of these booted feet are in the size 11 to 12 range. Big human or tiefling. These probably, if you were sizing them in the American standard, they would probably be size 16 or 17 feet, maybe even as much as 18 or 20. These are big.
Those are some big old feet.
These are big feet. They are also unbooted. They are 3-toed, and those toes have claws on them. So
and they're going away? They're going west?
They're going west.
So it's a Templar that needs a pedicure, or
Large lizard.
demonic creature, yeah.
Well, it's bipedal, so it's not a lizard.
So what kind of feet does a hag or a succubus have?
That's a good question. For the succubus, I would say knowledge planes or knowledge demons. For a hag, knowledge nature. If you have that, knowledge nature.
I don't have any of those, so.
Let's see.
Drows are just useless, aren't they?
We're pretty much useless when it comes to that.
What do you got? Knowledge darkness and knowledge menzo baranza? That's it.
Yeah.
That's Farina's knowledge nature, less for the hag.
Ooh, all right. So 24, she would know that hags tend to be larger than humans. They do not wear footwear. And but what she says is their feet can be mutated in a variety. They can vary from human feet in a variety of ways.
Here's my knowledge planes here.
Okay. All right. As far as you see Flashheart standing over him and goes, probably succubus feet.
probably cross giant.
Like succubus feet. And Ilandar's is like, have you ever met a succubus? Like, well, no, of course not. But I suspected those are the feet.
But I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure you told her there's a paladin, there's a succubus who's gone good around here. He's super interested in meeting her.
So Ilandar just throws an arm around Flash. It's like, later on at camp, remind me to tell you about what's up.
I remember.
And especially focus on their feet. So yeah, you don't know if they're succubus feet or not. But Farina says that that these particular tracks are not outside of the realm of possibility for a hag. Hags, right. Which she'll tell you a little bit is about. Hags were once human. Human witches, and it's sometimes when a coven of witches or a group of witches get together, and it's usually a small group, maybe 3, maybe 6, they will enact evil magics and stuff like that to help transform themselves. They can transform themselves, or they slowly evolve over time into these hags, these nature fae that are frankly hideous. What Farina would say is like, look, I've never met one, but these are the tales that my family used to tell, my countrymen used to tell. This, according to their descriptions, this would not be out of the realm of possibility for a hag to have footprints on she thinks it's the hag.
Okay.
We're on the right trail. If she's on the right trail.
Yeah, we're assuming she's on the right trail, but yeah. I would say we keep following those.
One thing you do so Farina kind of like takes a couple of guys with you, and they kind of like she kind of like does that thing where you look in various directions to kind of pick up the trail and stuff, because the tracks sometimes disappear and that kind of thing. What you do actually, you know what? Everybody who's an elf or part elf, give me a survival check if you have it, a perception check if you don't.
Heard of elves.
I've heard of elves. There's one.
Get him.
Ilindar shines in this regard.
That's the survival.
Okay. Ilindar in this case. So Ilindar, Farina sort of, requests you and the rest of the elves to sort of help her out and try and pick up this trail. You're actually the one who stumbles across it. So the trail tends to go, in a general sense, it goes west. But you see a variety of little sort of like, it takes a part of the day to sort of like get onto the thing. But you see these sort of like, it's a very weird track pattern. It goes west, but you see in many cases there will be these periods where the tracks bear off to the right or to the left. They circle back around and then go back to the point where they left the trail and then begin moving forward again. So it's like, if you were to look at it as a almost as a picture, it's like, you know how when you draw leaves on a plant when you're a kid? It's like that. So they kind of, whatever is making these tracks is coming off of the primary trail, circling back around, and then recapturing the trail at an earlier point. So she's going forward, coming around, and getting back on the trail. It's almost as if she's Farina. So when you show Farina this, you're not much of a hunter, but Farina,
right.
And Farina tells you that this is. She goes, back where I come from, this is how people hunt bears, because bears hunt you back. So the idea is, if you're hunting a bear and you think you've got onto a bear's trail, what you do is you do these sort of like odd circles, and the idea is the bear is going to get on your trail, and the idea is you want to come up around behind the bear as it's hunting you. So when you hunt them, you do these big kind of like looping circles around the main trail. This, she tells you, is very reminiscent of that behavior.
Okay. So she's tracking the succubus, but she's worried about the succubus coming around behind her.
Well, succubuses are not entirely undangerous.
Oh, they're very dangerous.
Yeah. So, hags are no slouch, but a hag against a succubus, that'd be a heck of a fight. I'd kind of like to see that. I'd pay $1 to see that.
Girl fight.
All right, but that's basically what you guys learn in this second day out from Citadel Drazen. So let's talk about perception checks. So the highest perception check after the survivals was that Ohm? Got the 22?
Yes.
Okay. So while all the elves are sort of worrying after these tracks and sort of talking about hunting bears and all this stuff, and you're just like, whatever. You're looking to the south, and you're just sort of looking to the south as the sun is getting ready to set. The luckless scouts are putting up the tents and tying down the burrows and that kind of stuff. And you look deep to the south, almost due south, and you are pretty sure that you see some sort of flying creature down to the south. You're a captain in the Dwarven army. You have a pretty good eye for these kind of things. You suspect that it's probably 12 to 15 miles out in the sky.
And you can see it from here?
You can see it. It gives you an indication of how big that is.
It's freaking huge.
It's a rock or a dragon, right?
You don't know. It's big. It's a big winged creature.
Okay, I'm gonna point that out pretty quickly.
Hey, y'all.
It doesn't seem
I don't see a big winged creature.
It doesn't seem to be approaching you. It actually seems to be going away from you. From the point of view, it's like coming from east-northeast and going across to the south. going from east northeast to west southwest. So it's crossing. You guys are going west, so it's crossing to the south of you, moving away from you. So like coming in an angle. Does that make sense? Here, I'll write it. I'll draw it.
No, it makes sense.
It doesn't make sense. You don't have to lie to me.
It's okay. Not coming towards us. That's what I wanted.
It's not coming towards you. So here, it's going to be yellow. So it seems to be moving. You guys are like here. It seems to be moving in this direction. Can you see the yellow line?
Yep.
It seems to be moving across there. So you guys are like right here. Whoops. Never mind. You guys aren't right there. You guys are right here. You see that?
Yep.
Sort of at the western edge of the hex. And that's when Ohm sees it sort of towards sundown. You guys are getting the camp ready. And you see this thing coming. It looks like it may have come out of the hex that you guys
were in yesterday.
But it is a very large winged creature, but it's very far away. It doesn't seem at all interested in you guys.
Good.
Yeah, that's good news.
Okay, but you do see that. All right, so it's possible you have gotten onto the hag. What now? Oh, so I mean, are you guys? Huh, I'm sorry.
Phrasing.
What did I say? Gotten onto the hag?
Yeah, we're following her.
Oh, following her, right? Okay. The hag's trail. That's what I meant. All right. So, which way are you guys going next day?
If we can stay on the trail, we're going to stay on the trail.
Trail heads west.
I say we keep going west.
All right. You guys move into the west. Okay, move into the west. And you open up another hex. Again, an empty, barren land. You continue to follow. Now that you've gotten a handle on what this trail looks like, all right. And so it's in this hex where you guys find that the booted feet, the wagons, and all that kind of stuff. No more of those tracks. The only thing that you see out here are some animal tracks of small animals you suspect might be jackrabbits and things like that, and these what you suspect now are hag tracks moving to the west. You investigate the area. You do not see a ton of stuff. Go ahead and give me perception checks again.
Everybody, or just the elves again?
Everybody, sure.
There you go. 26.
Right. 26 for Flash, 26 for Ohm, 32 for Ilindar.
It was actually Farina less.
Oh, that's Farina? Okay. Ohm got a 24. All right. So after Ohm told you about the winged creature, you guys have kept your eyes peeled. This day, and this is about mid-afternoon, you see two, in this case, winged creatures. However, they are much closer, and you see them flying in this direction.
Oh, crap.
So these guys are so first thing Ohm would tell you, and you guys all see them. These guys are to your east when they pass your trail. There's two of them. They're on what Ohm would tell you right away is, even though they're flying creatures, they look a great deal smaller than the creature that he saw yesterday. But in this case, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, in this case, it looks very much like they are overflying your path. Now, they are not overflying your position. You guys are probably 3 miles to the west of where these flying creatures pass over, but they're high in the air, and it's possible that they have seen you, because you see them fly. They're flying to the north. and it's possible that they wheeled around to the east, but they sort of pass out of view and you can't see them anymore. But they're much smaller. Well, much smaller. They're small. They're not much smaller. They're smaller than the creature that Ohm saw yesterday. Different creatures, and there's 2 of them. So what were you going to say, Flashheart?
I was going to ask Mike and Don, when we faced the rock, we got him to land so we could fight him, basically face to face. Did we have a spell that brought him down, or we lure him down? Just trying to, we don't have flying ability, so. Oh, that's right. Just trying to figure out how we have to fight these guys.
What did you
how
do?
we gonna?
I think we went into a cave.
Well, we lured him,
lured
him close. We didn't have a cave. We just had some
like overhang
that some of us were hiding in.
Yeah.
But it was pretty much just lure them in close and then jump on them.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just wondering what we can do if we have to fight these guys. We don't have flying abilities really to deal with them.
I'll say some of us do.
One of us.
I mean, you have stormed and stuff. I'm just curious. So, that it's going to be hard for the party to deal with it. So.
Right.
The other thing we do is we maybe form a little.
What we learned about the
strategy
last
here.
Time, they were pretty aggressive, and it's not like they saw us as a threat. They were pretty much just coming down to wipe us all out.
The Vrox,
right,
you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, Vrox are made of feathers and balls.
Yeah, I mean they're not going to do a lot of tactics. They're going to see, okay, you're food or just dead, either one, and they're just going to come do that.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm just saying that maybe we should come up with a strategy right now how to deal with some of these creatures that aren't that maybe we lure them down by only revealing half the party and just in camoing half the party or something.
Well,
I think they would come down regardless.
It might be Ohm. Ohm, give me a what are your?
He might be scout.
What's your skill sets? Do you have knowledge like military or knowledge anything like that? Knowledge tactics?
We got profession soldier and knowledge local.
Give me a profession soldier thing. Roll, if you would. 21. All right. So at this point, you guys are sort of batting this around. Ohm pipes up, and he says, "Look, those were." He goes, "In my military opinion, those were scouts. They were easily high. I mean, we've got no cover out here on this plateau.
Right.
There's no foliage. There's nowhere to hide. There's not even any rifts to duck into. That at that altitude, even moving as fast as they were, they saw us. The fact that they didn't come back around, Ohm will tell you, is the fact that they didn't come back around either means that they intend to attack at night, or they are curious but unwilling to expend the energy at this point."
Can we report that, or can we think that maybe they're reporting in that they're going to send somebody else to deal with this? That they're just like they'll go back and report in.
Ohm would say, there's no way to tell. Those are, but something. I mean, basically would say, look, whatever those flying creatures are, they represent a valuable military asset. He goes, if it was me, those would be observe and report vehicles, basically saying, look, they are high maneuverability. They have a high altitude. They are scanning the region. If they see something interesting, they report back, and they send out ground troops to go.
That's what I mean. You and I are saying the same thing. I'm just saying that it stands to reason that these are scouts that they're going to go report back to somebody, and then they're going to drop a hammer on us somewhere down the trail.
Potentially, yeah.
Okay, well, I say we just keep going and deal with that threat when we see it's coming.
Agreed.
Okay.
Keep the eye on the prize.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next day. So the night passes without any incident. In fact, every night has passed without any incident, which frankly you're a little surprised. I mean, you guys are now moving into your 4th day going into the
Jinx.
world. And you're moving, huh?
Shut up, Jinx.
You guys are moving direct. You guys are moving towards the world wound, towards the source of the enemy's power. But you've seen nothing except for some flying creatures. You have not been. I mean, And you haven't seen anything on the ground. I mean, a few jackrabbit tracks, but other than that, nothing. You take the time out on the 4th day to investigate the entirety of this hex, and you open it up. You do come to a rift, one that needs to be forded. How do you guys want to go about doing that? I guess you're going to climb down and then climb back up the other side. Or are you going to try and go around?
It takes time, but I don't think any one of us weighs more than Storm can grab and fly with.
Okay.
So she could fly one at a time, but
What about the mules?
actually the mules will outweigh. She can't do that.
I'll go down with the mule.
How do the mules get down though? They're not good at climbing.
They are steady foot. If you could find a pathway down into something like that,
That's what I was going to say. If we can find some way of zigzagging down and up.
it's theoretically possible. Give me
We should probably stay together.
Well, the mules are also carrying a shitload of food too.
Right.
You need a survival check?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you're going to try and find a way down. Now, here's the other thing. You can find a way down. Maybe you don't find a way up. That, Farina?
I don't know how the hell that happened. I didn't roll anything.
Actually, you know what?
There you go.
Hello.
Hey, there's Jennifer.
How's it going?
It's going. I'm home. Yay.
Yay.
All right.
That's Farina's survival check, 24.
Okay.
Hey, how much does the mule weigh?
The mule itself weighs about 500 to 600 pounds. But it's carrying an equivalent amount of stuff.
Right, because and how wide is this thing?
It's about 2 miles across.
I can enlarge Storm, which greatly increases the amount she can carry.
How long does that last?
But it only lasts for 7 minutes each time I do it.
Think you can go to,
Her fly rate is 60.
all right, so 60 feet, that's 10 foot a second. All right, hold on, I got to get my calculator out again and do the math, which I'm super good at, as you guys saw earlier. So 10
An
foot
English storm or an African storm?
60 seconds. 600 feet a minute times 7 minutes equals 4,200 feet. It's not going to be enough.
What we could do is I can do it more than once. What we could do is I could use
You're
Storm.
going to have her land in the rift, do it again, and have her take off again?
Yeah, basically Storm could ferry people from the top ledge down into the valley or whatever this is.
Okay.
And I just have to enlarge her to be able to take the mules. And then we'd all walk across to the other side. And then she could ferry everyone up one at a time. And then so I'd have to enlarge her to take the mules up.
Let's only do that if we can't find a way up or down.
Okay.
So 24 Farina spends maybe an hour looking good, ranging back and forth. She comes back and she tells you that she has found not a path, but a potential way that that two-legged people could get down. And Otto could probably get down. He's pretty sure-footed, but she's like, I don't think it's big enough for these burrows. I mean, it involves climbing.
So we'll use the burrows. We'll use the enlarge to get those down there then.
Can you do 4 enlarges?
No, I can do 2, but it lasts 7 minutes if we're just going from the top ledge down to the bottom.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
One cast could get both of them down, and then we just walk to the other side, and then one cast would get both of them to the top of the other.
Okay.
We're gonna have some freaked out mules, but
yeah, they will. Well, they know what they're doing. All right, so this is a good plan, and it will work.
Okay, so I'm gonna blow 2 spells then.
Yeah, you're gonna blow 2 spells.
Can we
everybody
search
give
for Bardos when we were there? You'll have the familiar look to see what direction.
Yeah. Ask her which way.
Yeah.
south. He's still alive.
Due south?
Well, not due south, kind of south, a little bit west.
Okay. We're
Okay.
going to go to this one next. Or no, we're in this square. We want to go to this square.
Are we going to keep doing the footprints, or are we going to just try to do the triangulate?
Give me this. So you get across. Give me the. Give me your. Hold on, I'm gonna go ahead and move you across here. Give me some survival checks to see if you can re-pick up the tracks.
Survival?
The hag tracks, yeah.
Green is much better than we are.
You guys are like,
Fletcher and I are
track?
actually looking like down in the ravine.
And we tripped over something.
Karina got 15.
Hold on a second, hold on. I'm screen capturing those 2 1s for the recap. All right, cool. All right, so Farina got a 15. All right, so yeah, she's able to pick up. Actually, it's weird. She has to range a little bit farther, about a quarter mile to the north, before she is able to pick up the tracks. It takes some time, but she does find the tracks. To her, Farina, it looks like that this hag, if that's what it is, went down into the valley and then came back out, like walked out.
Okay.
Well,
All right, so
we'll
you
assume that
guys,
she does not have the succubus.
it still continues to move this way until you guys make camp. Give me another perception check, everyone.
1 second.
God damn it.
That's really good, though.
Yeah.
Ooh, natty 20 for Flash. Yeah, look at that one. Is that a Farina roll? Whoa.
Holy crap.
Look at
We
all
got
those
220s. We see it all.
All right, I'm
Yeah.
screenshotting this, too.
We don't. We took a little peyote right before we did our perception checks there, and we were like really in touch with the.
So after the whole party's done making fun of Fletcher and Illendar,
Yeah.
then they're like, "This is how you do it." Actually,
Yeah, we're gonna drop some whirlwind shrooms here and really get deep perception checks.
Whirlpool shrooms. All right. In this case, you guys have just come out of the thing, and you guys, Farina was off, kind of hunting. She had just come back from like hunting up the tracks. She's like, they're this way. When you, whoops, hold on a second.
We're in the spirit world.
You guys see something overflying the rift, going that way, from the north to the south, and you see it overflying the rift. Now, at this point, you guys are on the edge of the rift, so this is all. You see these creatures. They are flying lower than they were before, but not low. But they are almost directly above you. It's just after you guys got out of across the rift. It's and Farina is just coming back, and then she points up in the sky, and you can see them. It's two. Give me perception. Actually, the people who roll. So Farina, Flash, and Fletcher. Give me perception check. Another one.
Wait, another one? I can't do better than that.
All right, Farina, Flash. This is actually, you guys will probably all see this. These creatures come kind of flying through. It's two reptilian creatures with, sort of bat wings flying. They're flying probably 1,000 to 1,200 feet up in the air. Farina, you're the only one who sees this, but you see that they have riders. There are humanoid figures riding on these things, and you can see that they have saddles. These are
Tell everybody these things are manned.
These creatures are riders. They pass over you and
Skywargs.
and just kind of like cruise southward. until they're out of sight. They do not come back for. I mean, you guys wait about an hour, they don't come back.
We don't wait for them.
All right, so where are we going next?
I don't know. Where are you going next?
Where do the path?
Everybody's breaking up.
Well,
I
the
think I
path
should-
is going
I
to the
think you guys should
west.
split the party.
Yeah, the path goes to the west, but we know Bardos is down to the south.
Bardos is down to the south.
I'd say we go another 1 or 2 west to see if we can find where these tracks go. Just because this chick, we're told, might know exactly where this thing's at.
Okay.
And then if we don't find that, then we just start kind of blindly going to the south and see if we can find it that way.
So one more this way.
Do we notice that if these are the same scouts we saw earlier, are they coming? Are they each coming from the same direction?
No, they're coming.
I know they
from
would.
They passed the day before. They passed you guys heading north.
Okay.
And passed out of sight, sort of north and east. This time they were overflying the rift, heading from north to south.
Okay.
All right. Again, the night passes, and you are not, nothing happens, and so you guys pass into the next thing. You spend your time analyzing it, and you begin. The terrain begins to get more complicated. Those black places are burnt out areas on the plateau. So you guys are still on the plateau. Although you feel like you're at a lower elevation, you've sort of been angling downward a little bit. It's very subtle, but you think that you're angling downward. So you think that you're at a lower elevation now than you were at Citadel Drazin. These black areas, as you guys pass forward, are burned areas. So, and by burned, I mean like the stone of the ground, the sand is fused, and the stone is scorched. So, and these are large areas. Imagine the nuclear tests in the Nevada desert. What the ground underneath those tests probably look like, and you've probably got a good idea what's happening here. But there's a fair amount. And you guys kind of go to the north a little bit at first because that's the way the tracks go. So you kind of come around here. When you travel, you kind of end up in like this area here as you travel across the thing. Hold on. Unless you guys want to do bear south. I mean, you go north initially because that's the way the tracks go. You're following the tracks. The tracks go this way. But if you want to go to the south of this one large, sort of burn mark here, you can do that if you want as well.
Dragons are like a thing in this area?
I saw one huge thing 2 days ago flying. Could have been a dragon.
It was very far to the south. 10, 12 miles.
I mean, the scorch marks make me think of fire-breathing dragon.
Well, keep in mind that this large scorch mark here, these hexes are 12 miles across.
So that are over a mile
scorch
across.
marks, yeah, they're over a mile across. Even the little ones are probably a half to 3/4 of a mile.
Big dragon.
Yeah, dragon didn't do that.
No?
So demons?
I don't know. I don't know of a demon that can do that.
Large groups of powerful magic was going on in this area.
Yeah.
That's what caused the world wound.
So they try to open up a new world one? I just wonder what they could have been doing that would cause this. What kind of experiments or?
Well, this looks like it was old, right?
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Maybe this is.
Yeah, it doesn't look new, but
Right.
It's like the whole areas inside those circles is just been scorched,
Got it.
and melted, that kind of thing.
So if we ask Brew where Bardos is, are we due south yet?
All right, so you ask Baru again?
Yeah.
No, south and east.
Okay, so we've gone too far from here.
Well, or you've passed the parallel on which he
Right.
is. Before it was south and slightly west. Now it's south and slightly east.
Okay, so actually that one makes a lot of sense right there.
Yep,
So do we give up on the tracks and just head there?
I would.
Tracks continue west, and they seem a lot fresher.
So do we spend one day to go to the, not to metagame, but this is the end of the map, so
Yeah,
if we can find it the next day, we're kind of screwed.
Help us find him? The succubus?
Also, give me a perception check. Ooh, 32. Dang. 29. That's some solid rolls going on here.
Do I do another one for me? I feel like
Sure.
all I've done is offered perception tonight. There we go. I perceive all.
Nice. Okay. So several of you locate, right?
Attempt to let's get our good rolls out of our hands before the battle starts.
All right. You see that little square?
Yep.
Yep.
At that area, it's not in one of the scorched areas. It's not part of it. It's just sort of like thing. You're like, at first you're like, what is that? It's something. It looks like it's lying down on the ground. So you guys are all first. So like, it's time to, everybody's like, armed. You guys have been tense. You guys seen these overflights. You kind of roll up on this very cautiously. But what you find is what looks to be a dead one of those creatures,
Fresh.
lying in the.
What are these flying dragon creatures?
Yeah.
Does it look fresh?
Give me a knowledge or a heal check.
Was coughing up blood this morning.
Yeah. Let's see here. That was a heal check.
All right, the 16 is a heal check.
Yeah, I'm going Quincy on it. Damn, look at the chest cavity.
Hard to tell. Farina looks at it and says, a day old, maybe?
All right, so potentially the ones we saw.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said it potentially is one of the ones we saw yesterday then.
Potentially, but I mean, it'd be a stretch for it to get here that fast.
Right.
You think your thought is maybe it's a different one.
That yesterday someone killed this thing here.
Yeah. What you don't see is a rider. You do see that this creature does have various kinds of, like a very strange ornate saddle on it.
What kind of wounds are on it?
Do me a heal check.
I'm not that kind of.
I am.
All right, give me a perception check then.
I can look with a 19, but yeah,
You don't see any wounds on it. I mean, you're starting to see that the skin, especially in the abdomen, is starting to bubble up with decomposition. It smells, it reeks, but you don't see any wounds. Now it is laying flat on the ground, with in a normal position. Its wings are sort of spread out. The wings themselves have some tears in them, but I mean, I don't know how familiar you are with flying winged creatures, but it's possible that it may be crashed.
does it have a saddle on it?
It does,
Yeah.
but
So
no
let's,
guy. You don't see any rider.
Let's search the saddle, but then let's look for some tracks for a guy who has limp out of here.
Yeah, any footprints around it?
I don't know. Take a look.
That's
Do you
probably
need perception?
that'd be survival.
Oh. Maybe I ask Farina kindly to look for it, 'cause that's not going to end up well if I do it.
Ooh, that's Farina. Farina, again, being the premier tracker of the.
This is her jam.
This is her jam. Yeah, she does find, on the other side of the creature, she finds a set of footprints. Human, booted. What she can tell you is that the person, when she looks at it with a 28, it got out of the saddle. She could see some steps, some footprints around there, and it limped away to the north. into one of those scorched areas. He also found a little bit of blood.
Is this right there with the tracks that we've been following, or is it away from the tracks?
It's right with the tracks.
So maybe he came across the hag, got shot out of the sky, and limped out of here.
So the tracks go off into the. You guys are frankly reluctant to go off into these scorched areas. Farina certainly is, but that's where the dudes. If there was a rider on this, that's where those tracks lead. Now it looks like he was limping, and if you follow the tracks for a little while, you see that there is blood. So he was bleeding and limping.
Be the succubus too. They fly.
Can we put somebody on Storm and go check it out? He's probably less of a threat on foot, unless it is a succubus.
I can have Storm carry someone, but they can't ride Storm.
Yeah, I forgot. I apologize. Sorry, Storm. I apologize personally to Storm for getting this again.
Whenever she's large, someone can actually ride her, but when she's medium, she can carry you. But
maybe I'm happy to do it, but maybe somebody who's better at tracking and eagle eyes than that, me would be a better one to do this. Farina or Fletcher or somebody.
It's pretty hard to track from the air. It'd just be more about vision.
Yeah, I mean, you're just going to basically notify everybody around the area that you're there if you do that.
We're going to use perception then? I guess I can do that as well as anybody.
I'm not as worried about the guy who got away. I'm more worried about these tracks.
Well, I would like to know where he sent him, and it stands reason that maybe he's connected with one of these areas that we should get some intel on.
Well, one thing you do notice is that the hag tracks, which do pass through here, do not follow the person tracks into the burnt out area. The hag tracks, there's a little bit of obviously the hag is around here somewhere, wandering around, and then she again headed west.
I'm guessing if you're in the army of evil, you're not waiting for a rescue party to come get you. You either self-rescue or you die.
You also see, Farina will say, following the hag tracks, just finding out which this place would go, you also see another set of tracks. In this case, it's very strange tracks. Very small, multiple tracks, sort of in a line. So it's almost like the tracks themselves, they're all the footprints are not very big. They're maybe this size of salad plates or dinner plates, but there are a lot of them, and they're sort of following along with the hag tracks, in two paths.
Older than the hag tracks or newer than the hag tracks?
Same. Can't tell any difference. You think it might be at the same time.
Okay.
But it's not a.
Do they look humanoid-less, or they look like an animal or a hoof?
They look like this. Hold on, I'm going to show you here in just a second. Okay. How do I best do this? Hold on a second. All right, hold on. I'm going to show you this in just a mo here. All right, I'm going to do this, and I'm hoping this will work without me giving you the whole story here. Hold on a second. I'm just going to share the picture. Oh, of course, can't see them. And I can't spell. Enough already. Here we go. Sorry, this is taking far longer than I would like. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. New share. These are what the tracks look like. You see that?
Yep.
Where am I looking for? Oh, on the shared
screen.
Yeah, see it now. Okay.
See it?
Oh, okay.
Those
Look
are
like
what the
lizards.
tracks look like.
Tiny lizards.
Well, they're big. I mean, these spots here that you're looking at are the little spots on the side are probably the size of a plate.
Some with a tail with it too, though.
Yeah, it's got a big tail, or their best friend Sneaky is hanging out with them.
I don't know, but that's what the tracks look like.
Does the succubus have a tail?
Not generally.
No.
I
Not
mean, I
generally,
guess
okay.
they can. I don't think they
If they're into that sort of thing.
typically have a tail. No.
Would a knowledge nature check help me to identify what kind of animal that is?
Maybe. Yeah. Try. Do you have a knowledge nature? Is that it? 16?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You don't know. Very odd. Is that your knowledge nature?
Yeah, no better.
Yeah. No better. Yeah, very odd tracks. You're not sure. But they essentially accompany the hag tracks to the west as they pass between these scorched areas.
So,
What are you guys gonna do now?
Hey, Les, does the creature that was dead look like it could have made those tracks?
No, it doesn't. This creature, I mean, you can't see under it because it's like it's laying on the ground, sort of spread eagle, sort of chest down into the sand, the stone. But yeah, I mean, you can see part of it's like it has claw legs, right? Like sort of bird claws, dragon claws. They would leave very different tracks than this.
Okay, so like I said, option is to continue the tracks, which I'm hoping only go one more square, or backtrack and head towards where we're triangulating.
I mean, I think Farina would want to try and find Bardos.
Okay.
One would suggest that finding the succubus might be a useful short-term endeavor. Loads of information on all kinds of things that we might need to know.
So are we giving up on the pilot?
Are we literally like one square?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was saying it was they could have gotten us intel that we won't get easily otherwise, but okay.
Right.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
I'll say what are the
square west, and then I mean, if we're fresh, if everything's a day away, it could be the next square, right? Every square is a day.
Yeah. This all happened yesterday, so
we're catching up.
Yep.
So just so you guys know, the tracks of the rider went that way. Whoops, no, we didn't. Hold on a second. I don't know what I was thinking there. Hold on. So he went that way into that scorch mark. See it?
Okay.
Okay. So you guys, which way are you going? Are you going south or are you continuing to go west?
that's kind of the question.
Should we take a
yeah, my vote is rider first, but I defer to the party's majority rule.
You guys want to take a day and hunt this rider down in the wasteland?
I vote for the hag, I guess.
Yeah, I think if we're gonna not go after Bardos, it's because we're after the hag.
Let's go after the hag.
Yeah.
This guy, just keep in mind, this guy's been in the air, so he's seen more than us out here. He might be able to help us figure out, maybe narrow down our search of where other people could be on the map. If he's alive and we get up and talk.
If he's alive and he's going to cooperate. Yes, I agree with
Well,
you.
we have
those two.
you are a drow, right? Like, this is my super secret party of surface invaders.
Yeah.
To be like, hey, buddy, greetings from the Underdark, my good man. That's all right, my evil man.
My evil man.
Yeah, my evil man.
Yeah, I think both of these would be valuable, but I think right now, to me, the hag seems more valuable than this guy.
And I don't want to lose her.
Okay.
we're finally getting close.
Succubus was supposed to know where the Baphometians were too, right, Les?
Right. And
That's what the tieflings told you, is that, you know, the one thing that they knew that this succubus knew was the exact location of the Baphometian headquarters.
Right. And if we're only one away from there, to me that's the best bet.
Okay, one more day following her.
Okay, so you're following that. You're going to go to the tracks into that one continue west then.
Yeah.
Yeah, the purple tracks.
All right, you guys enter into that area, and whoop, you'll go in there.
No, he went right into a pit.
Over.
Wah, wah. Next module. No, you guys followed.
You must have been looking up.
So as you guys move into this thing, trying to think of, are there any magic users? Illendar, I guess.
I am.
All right.
I'm not a very good one, but I'm a magic user.
Illendar, you hear, you're moving through the thing, and you can't think of it, you're following these tracks, and then suddenly inside your head you hear a woman's voice that says,
Hello.
"Who are you?
Hey,
Are you friends of? Are you allies of Jeronica? She cannot touch me here."
Do I know that name?
No, you never heard that name in your life.
I'm gonna guess that's a hag or somebody else.
If you are allies of Jeronica, come and die with her.
I'm gonna say I don't know that name. We're searching for a potential ally.
An ally. Well, there are no demons here.
We're not looking for
That's good
demons.
news.
Well, we are looking for a demon, but
Who do you seek?
yeah. How much did I give away?
We're all away.
Yeah. We are searching to find.
Don't growl.
Yeah, we're searching to find.
Mike, when you reply, do you say this out loud?
How do I? You know what? I'm gonna.
All you hear is him mumbling inside his Java.
I
I know.
It's like, it's like he's going full Java.
Well,
was gonna say.
if he says out loud, we're searching for a succubus, I'm like, I know that. We all know that. What are you talking about?
All of a sudden, she hears like.
God, I was searching for a succubus before.
There's about 6 people say, "Duh." Yeah, I'm gonna kind of think back. We're looking for a succubus that has escaped, so we may aid her.
Who are you to aid a succubus that has escaped from the halls of Citadel Drazen?
We're one of the few non-evil groups out here.
Metagame reminder that Drazen is no longer run by demons.
Right.
Or ordained.
Well, if this is her, she may not know that.
Right.
No,
Right.
I was going to say,
She was gone already.
yeah, she was. I'll basically ask, are you the succubus that escaped from the little Drazen?
If I am, what do you want with me? You claim to be allies. I don't know you. You, I can tell, are a drow.
Yes, I am.
They are allies of demons and evil, and I share my.
With them.
All of them except me.
All of them said, "Oh yeah, those are like those other guys."
All the other guys. I'm gonna basically say I'm part of a group that has taken over Citadel Drazen. We've got a group of crusaders there that now hold that fortress,
Taking it over.
and we're looking.
Surely you lie.
Oh no.
Vane is dead.
Being
He
dead.
killed Staunton Vane and his useless little brother, whatever it was.
No, we didn't kill Stun Vane. We killed Stun Vane twice. That's how badass.
No, we killed him once.
We killed
Oh,
him twice. That's awesome.
So basically, I'll say, yeah, we killed Staunton Vane and his brother. We've taken the Citadel. One of our members got possessed by a shadow demon, and we were told that the succubus might know some information that would help us find our friend. And we know that the succubus is being tracked down by a hag, and we're following hag.
You hear an almost audible sigh on the other end. It's sort of the telepathic sigh. She goes, the hag, she has found me. That is Jeronica. She is here. But if you are what you say you are, allow me to read your thoughts so that I may confirm what you say is true.
I'm not going to hide anything.
So you're like, read on, my dear.
Sure, succubus. Why don't you
All
get
right.
in my mind?
So you can...
And at this stage, I'm going to tell everyone that, hey, I'm in contact. I think I'm in contact with the succubus.
when somebody like Gatto says, yeah, right. Me too.
You gave her the
Oh, yeah,
new.
she's right here.
I was
going to be
I was
like,
a contactor with her last night while I was sleeping, and then I woke up and I had to clean up my. Never mind.
I was like, oh yeah, so am I too.
So
You gave her the new phone who dis move.
So you say so what do you say to your party?
I'm just as she's doing this, I'm just going to say you can't see he's concentrating because I'm completely covered. But you would have seen Eleanor stop when this happened, kind of like he's concentrating, and then he would just very quickly say, "Hey, I think I'm in contact with the succubus. Hold on," and then he's all stopped and not doing anything.
Okay.
She's reading him like an open book.
Okay.
I have weapon out and am looking around.
And after a few seconds, I'll say, she says the hag is nearby.
So you feel these sort of like fingers of inquiry, this telepathic sort of thing that sort of just like goes into your brain and starts like picking through all of.
And then I say, wait, not that memory. Don't go there.
Don't go there.
Look at my mom's memory.
So
I just hold that memory for a friend.
I just that was not mine. Someone told me that.
all right. She when you're telling the rest of the party, you're like, I think I'm in contact with her, and you could feel her sort of probing inside your brain, checking things out and that kind of stuff, and then you feel these tendrils sort of pull back, and she says to you, I can see that what you say is true. I had no idea that any of this had happened. If only I had stayed, been allowed to escape. I am beset by
Wherever you will come help you with the hag.
Yeah, let her. What was she about to say? I'm beset with what?
I'm sorry?
Nothing.
So you say to her, where are you? We can come to you?
I say, where are you? We'll come help you with the hag.
She says, let me see.
She's like, I don't know.
No, what she knows is she's like got to figure out where you are. So what she say is, I am placing the location of my the word isn't, it's not like hideout, it's like redoubt or my sanctuary kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I guess is the way she talks. It's a weird word, and you're not entirely sure what she means by it. But then she says, I am here.
Okay. And I've got a visualization, or I know where that is.
Yeah, it's not very far.
It's in a pit.
It's in a pit. Okay.
It's relatively nearby, maybe 2 to 3 miles away. She does say, come and aid me, and I will welcome you. I am beset by Jeronika and her allies. So be
what
careful.
allies?
She will tell you that there are locust demons, Jeronika herself, and Drake riders.
Locust demons?
And Drake riders from the south.
Okay.
What the heck is a locust demon?
We're a couple miles out. It'll take us a half an hour to get there, but
We're
we're
like
on our way.
nuns.
All right, give me a hold on a second. Everybody, give me a perception check while you're doing this, except for Ilindar. He does not.
I'm kind of concentrating on stuff.
Right. He's flash.
21.
21. All right, hold on a second. What else? 34. That's Farina, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's Farina.
Okay.
Almost 23. Yeah, she's got a kick-ass perception. I don't know how it's set up.
Okay. So Farina sees it first and then grabs onto Fletcher and points to the north. And you can see what looks to be what you suspect are those two flying creatures coming towards you from the north. They're coming in fast and they're coming in very low.
Okay.
Coming.
What do you say?
That's what I say.
What do you say?
Incoming.
Incoming!
Almost say finally and swing his battle axe around.
He gets his battle axe out. So yeah, they're coming in hot, and they're flying. They're probably 100 feet over the. I'm assuming everybody. When Fletcher yells out "incoming," you guys all turn to look to the north, and you do see that these creatures seem to be coming in for some sort of attack.
Okay.
And there's two of them, and they're about a quarter mile off, about 100 feet off the ground. And they do, hold on a second. And they're, again, these ridden creatures, and they do have riders. These riders, you notice, so Fletcher, you and Karina both notice that they have some sort of lances as they come. And as they approach to about a tenth of a mile, they lower even closer, so they're only about 50 feet off the ground anymore, and they look to be coming for a. Sorry, hold on a second. They look to be coming in for some sort of flyby attack. Hold on.
Breen, I think you can get him with your bow. I got nothing. Ranged ain't my thing.
We get first shot.
I'm going to ask the succubus what her name is.
My name is Erastilian, and I am a worshiper of Desna.
Erastilian. We're under attack. We'll be there as soon as we get done with this.
Come as soon as you can. Hold on just a second. All right, and I will. Let's get you going.
Anybody else have ranged attacks besides Farina?
I have a longbow.
Okay.
I have a storm.
Yeah, I was going to say, can Storm help? Obviously, rider more than beasts. I mean,
These magical beasts, plus?
Huh?
Are these magical beasts?
You don't know yet.
But we saw a dead one.
Look dead rather than magical. I think I got.
Hey, Matt, do you have a headset on?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Move the mic up like an inch.
Am I too loud or too quiet?
It's right in front of your mouth or nose, and we hear you breathing.
Oh, sorry about that.
Sound like Darth Vader.
You're totally scotting it.
I haven't fallen asleep yet for a while.
So can
All
I
right.
take a shot list? Do we get like advantage of?
Well, you see them coming in, so yeah, you might be able to take a shot or some sort of archery. Can you guys see that?
Yep.
All right.
Wow, my health went way down.
Yeah, can you guys go in and fix those real quick? I had to pull them off the thing. I don't know where my copies are. So
Ooh, mine's 0.
who have I missed? Gatto. Yeah, hold on. Where is he?
Okay, he's hiding.
Okay, I'm gonna have to pull him out. Because of course you guys came to the place where I hadn't made anything. So
Of course.
of course.
That's our specialty.
Ohm too, Les.
Huh?
Need Ohm too. The dwarf.
Oh yeah, okay. Hold on a second. So that would be where's Ohm? All right, hold on.
Haven't played before. Might not have him.
Okay. Gatto. Right, Gatto, you're gonna have to put your guy in there. Yours.
Wow, you're enlarged.
Yeah, he's big. God damn.
I can't control him right now.
Yeah, I know. Okay, and there's Ohm. All right.
Definitely check your hit point levels. Mine was only set at the first level hit points.
No, that's all you
Yeah,
get.
check those. Fix them, please.
Well,
Guess all I get 12.
That's all you get.
All right, you should. That's not the right one?
No, it's not, not the right one.
Damn it. It's one I have. Can you use that one for right now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right, so everybody should have control over there, guys. If you want to move them, I gotta run out of here for a second. Go ahead and you guys can place yourselves wherever you want on the southern half of this board as the guys are coming in from the north. So this is a big template too. So feel free to move around as you need.
You said southern half?
Southern half, please.
Oh, dang it. Okay.
So we need to group them all together somewhere in the southern half.
Yeah. Well, Les is gone. We should stack them all in one pile so you can only see them one at a time. Tell him we cast massive visibility. He can't see us.
Tell them we're doing a totem pole. My
Hey,
current
Gordon, was it?
basically just be a shield for Farina if she needs it.
What's that?
My basic plan is to stand between you and them so that you can shoot.
You can shield me anytime.
Gordon, was it Bardos that was always making people fly?
Yeah, he had fly. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
There's a lot of stuff Bardos was doing. That's why we need him back.
I've got that leather scale that makes me hover.
Makes you levitate?
Mm-hmm. Which I don't think I really need to do.
No, they seem to be coming right for us.
The rain.
Oh, yeah, no, they're coming right at you guys. Now, I'm assuming that you guys will be relatively close together.
Maybe they want to invite us to dinner.
Maybe.
Well, you said southern half. No one's moved their stuff. I kind of moved down about southern half. Am I?
More south? Well, you went way down.
We said southern half. This map goes way far down.
Yeah.
We get some cover.
We should start, and then we'll rearrange from there.
Is that a big rock? Like that we can get some cover behind?
No, there's not much here.
Okay.
It's just weird looking terrain.
I knew that was a little too easy to.
You want us to go all the way down, Les, or where we're at? Okay.
Anywhere? Hold on, let me take a look here.
Mute us for a second.
Flashheart and Gatto need to move.
Yeah, I think you down there would be fine. Where you guys are clustered together. Flashheart, you're gonna be way up there. Okay, what about you, Gatto?
I am moving here in just a second here. Okay.
All right. So these guys are about 1/10 of a mile off, probably 500 to 600 feet, moving fast. So if you guys were able to judge their speed, you suspect that they would be moving. They're pretty fast, but they'll cover that space. There's probably 4 or 5 rounds it'll take for them to cover that space.
Beautiful.
But they're pretty far off. So I mean, if you look at it,
I'm casting a couple spells.
Can I
Okay.
shoot at one like when they get to within 110 feet, like an op fire?
Actually, you could start shooting. You got a longbow, right? A composite
So I got
longbow.
110-foot
Yeah,
range.
but you can do.
That's without range increment. You can go to 220 and only take a -2. You can go to 330 and only take a
Well,
-4.
they're about 5. So the map isn't necessarily accurate. I mean, on this map, they're only about 130 feet away. They're really about 500 feet away, but you could see them. They're coming in hot.
So
Now you
what's
could also.
500 foot and a -5?
I don't know. I'd have to
That way you would probably be a negative. It's for every range increment, it's -2. So
Then that would be
over 110 is -2. Over 220 is -4. Over 330 is -6. Over 440 is -8. So -8.
I meant when not wait one turn or one.
yeah.
I would-
I think I would start when they're maybe -4, so 2 increments away, which would be 330 feet. So can I go on op fire at 330? Les?
Sure. Yeah. If you want to say I'm going to fire at 330, absolutely.
That's what I'm gonna say.
I'm going to cast actually 3 spells.
Okay.
First spell is Enlarge Person on Storm. Second spell is Mage Armor on Storm. And the third spell will be Haste.
Okay. All right. So
So
that's
those are what I'm doing for 3 rounds.
all right. So you guys have like 5.
I also changed my tactics here. I'm going close to the party because I forgot I'm designated healer as well, so I have some bursts I can do within a certain range.
Okay, so you guys are clustering up. You're enlarging storm. Hold on a second. So basically, you're going to have 5 rounds to do with what you will before they actually reach you. Now, you're not sure. Here's the thing. You're not sure if they're going to land.
Right.
That's why we're focusing on Storm. She doesn't need him to land.
No.
Probably doesn't want them to land.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Hold on a sec. All right, there's an enlarged storm for you. All right. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and roll for initiative because we got 5 rounds, at least before they arrive, and then we'll see what happens. So let's, whoa! All right, so.
Nice.
Holmes 11. Initiative is 1, is that right?
Okay. Gatto 12.
Yep.
Nice. It's nice that you let everybody go ahead of you. Farina is 15. Is that right? Let's see what these guys roll. Hold on a second. Okay, not great from an initiative roll standpoint. Yeah, not great. Okay, so all right. All right. So 5 rounds as they approach. They're 500 feet away. They're moving, as far as you can tell, at about 100 feet around. These creatures are fast.
Okay.
What do you do, Ilindar? You're up. So you're casting. This is where you cast Enlarge, right?
Yep. So first round is Enlarge.
Okay. Fletcher and Farina.
I'm gonna summon nature's ally, so that'll take till next time, right?
Okay, what are you summoning?
A dire bat,
A dire bat. Okay.
which I want to summon to be above, at a higher plane, at a higher level off the ground, because I guess.
Okay. What's the range?
They attack from above. The range. They got 30 hit points. So you got that.
You'll have to do it in your pen.
Oh, my range. You're wanting my range?
The range of the spell. That'll tell you how high you can do it. I also need to know the hit points of the thing.
40 foot, but I've got time. 30 hit points, 40 foot. So if they're flying in higher than 40 foot, I can summon them out and have them start heading at an angle up.
Okay.
Engage, before they even get to us, but they attack from above. So,
Okay.
How far off the ground are these riders?
They look to be about, at this point, 50 feet off the ground.
So it takes a round to summon them, right? So
Yep,
they'll
yep.
appear next round, and then they can move up 40 at an angle.
Sure.
Yeah. So then that should work.
Okay. How many of you are you getting?
Just one, I believe. I'm only entitled to one.
Okay. Let me know how many figure out how many hit points he's going to have, and then let
30
me know.
hit points.
Oh, 30 hit points. Okay. All right. So you will get him next round.
And they fly at 40 foot
Okay.
speed.
All right. Cool.
They'll work as flanking for me, right?
Potentially. Yeah, I would think so.
Okay.
From a point of view of an archery, from an archery flank.
I mean, they're.
I know rogues can do it. I don't know.
I don't know. Do you have a special ability that allows you to flank with archery, like a rogue?
Oh, I've got teamwork feat. Yeah, flanking. Any if my familiar or anybody else that's an ally is flanking as an archer, I get a +2.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, yeah. Then you will. Yeah, it can absolutely be your flank. What about you, Fletch?
I am just trying to look like set myself up as a wall,
Okay. Just like
piling up some rocks in front of me.
you trying to put together some cover.
No, not really.
Oh, that wouldn't be a bad idea.
All right. Okay. Gatto, Flashheart, and Ohm. What about you guys?
Ohm's got nothing. He's just gonna hang out and wait for him to come.
Okay.
He'll probably try to hold it so it looks like it's a regular hammer, and then he can use his reach and surprise him.
Tricky. That's going to make Freya not trust Ohm. That's just tricky shit there, right there.
Les, I'm going to cast. Do we get a sense of these things were living or dead? I thought I heard maybe you said they were undead.
I didn't say that.
All right, I must have.
Well, I mean, you can't really tell from here. These. I mean, you can't hardly see the guys.
I agree. I was just wondering if we had somebody who sensed it. Otherwise, I'll cast something else. I was going to cast protection.
Tried to figure it out yet.
Yeah. I'm going to cast protection from evil.
Okay. On yourself or
probably. Let's see.
I think it's down.
Can you cast it on other people?
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm
thinking onto Ohm here, maybe.
Okay. So on yourself and Ohm.
Yep.
Okay.
And none of us have you said these guys have lances, didn't you?
They have lances, but they don't seem to have them in their hands. They have something else in their hands right now. You think that they?
Great.
Well, give me a perception check. You might be able to tell.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second.
Oh, maybe you're supposed to. It says used.
So I'm going to see if this armor actually helps.
Here's a 20.
Yeah, they have bows, long bows in their hands.
All right. Well, I'll have my shield up. Don't we have?
But you also see that they have lances. Like there's lances stuck into there's a sheath on their saddle thing. So they have lances, but they've got bows in their hands right now.
Okay. Well, I'll have my shield up and ready to go. But I'm thinking that unless I get down closer, I'm going to be busy trying to heal and protect people.
Farina can put up a wind wall, which will help deflect some of those arrows.
Ooh, yeah, let's do that. Great call. Do we want to do it now, or want to wait till they get closer?
Well, I can't stay behind it because then I'll have the same. I'm assuming I would have the same negatives applied to me, right? Lars?
Arrows going the opposite way from a wind wall aren't.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think Mike Dowd used to use that to his advantage all the time, way back then.
All right. Well, then I'm going to do that too, Les.
All right, we can't right now,
No.
but in a minute. All right, I'm going to check the wind wall rules.
So Les.
Yeah, I got your message.
Yeah, I moved a new stealth. Okay.
Okay.
That one's
I do not see where it says that a wind wall does not affect the person.
I kind of remember. Yeah, I wasn't going to look it up because you guys sounded confident, but that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, no, they were lying. An invisible vertical wall of wind appears, 2 feet thick, considerable strength, roaring blast sufficient to blow away any bird or similar materials. Tiny, small creatures cannot fly through. Loose materials and garments fly upward. Arrows and bolts are deflected upwards and missed. While any other arrows and bolts are deflected upward and automatically missed, while any other normal ranged weapon passing through the wall has a 30% miss chance. A giant thrown boulder, a siege engine projectile, or other massive ranged weapons are not effective. Gases, breath weapons, creatures cannot pass through the wall, although there's no barrier to creatures. So yeah, you would be affected by that. Don, that was a huge lie, and you're losing experience.
I'm going to check something here.
All right, so I know what Gatto's doing. Flash Art, I got an idea what you're doing. You're casting Protection from Evil. Gatto, I know what you're doing. You're just sort of like pulling your axe and...
Yeah, I can't. There's no way to get cover, or if there's anywhere I can find cover, I'll look for cover.
Go to wind walls.
There's not much. I mean, it's basically a broken plane. There's a lot of like little detritus on there, but there's nothing. There's really not anything that's cover worthy. Not from a military standpoint. It's pretty shitty.
Yeah, well, I'll just stand in front of somebody who looks like he needs. I'll stand in front of.
Okay. What is the range increments on longbows? Is it every 100 feet?
Yes.
All right. They are going to move forward 100 feet, and at 400 feet away, they're at what, -8 for their shots?
246. Yes.
Okay, so they will not fire this round, although they have weapons in their hands. They are looking to fire arrows at you. You can see at this point. So they're 400 feet away.
Actually, mine is 6 because the first.
Huh? No, they were 500 feet away. So they're
Okay.
500. They're 500 feet away and 50 feet up. They basically come out of the sky and are sort of like on a strafing run. They've got the riders have bows in their hands. These flying creatures, frankly, they look a lot like dragons. They have horns on their heads and spikes on their hide, even in places on their arms. So you're not sure what the deal is with these things, but they could be dragons. These could be dragon riders. The creatures themselves are large in size. All right. That's what they do. Ilinar, is this where you put mage armor on it?
So yeah, second round is mage armor.
Mage armor. All right. Fletcher? Can I assume that you're just going
With rocks.
You're just not going to do anything until they get close. All right. Farina? Your spell completes, and you now have control of that bat. You may put him where you want, within range of the spell.
So 40 feet. I can't move him.
Can't?
No.
Hold on.
But you can for me if you want. I just want him in front of us, 40 feet. Straight up above us, I guess.
Oh, I didn't. That's.
So do you guys want a tall, narrow wall so we can, because once they fly by, we'll have to run around at the other side. I mean,
Okay, you should be able to control it now.
it's interesting because when they fly at us, the wind wall will stop the arrows as they come at us. But if they're smart, they'll split up.
They already seem to be. They've already split up a little bit.
I mean, it's basically going to like make it so that we're only being attacked by one at a time. But we might have to run back and forth on the wall. So I'm leaning towards making it narrower in width and taller in height.
It might work the first time, like I can jump up and down and just stand there and try to distract them so they shoot at me and waste their shot because it hits the wind wall.
Trying to think. Wind walls are visual. I mean, you can see them, can't you? Oh no, an invisible vertical curtain.
Huh.
So it's invisible.
So they won't know why it's not. So now that means if I go high, they'll run into it, and then they'll know. So if I keep it lower, 50 foot wide, 15 foot high, 1 foot thick. That's the parameters.
So then, are you going to just fire around the edge of it and stand behind it?
Yeah, it's kind of what I was going to use it for cover, kind of dodging back and forth around the outside edge.
It's a good plan.
How big is it?
I could also make it a circle. It's 50 foot wide, 15 foot tall, 1 foot thick, so it could be 25 foot wide and 30 foot tall. I don't know that there's an advantage to having it that tall. Now, although it will reduce the angle that they can shoot us at.
Well, if you can just do the 15 foot tall, if everyone stands close to it, they can't shoot them from one side, and as soon as they pass by it, then everybody just steps through the wind wall to the other side. So when they circle and come back around, they hit kind of the same thing.
They'll probably split up. So, it might not be.
Well, we're always protecting it from one then.
But still, I still think it'll help.
Yeah, and it'll waste their first few shots.
Until they figure out what's going on, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So what are you liking? You liking the the tall and 25 or
25 foot wide, 30 foot tall, or some variation of that to 50 foot wide, 15 foot tall.
15 sounds big
I think
enough.
15 foot high is plenty, especially if you guys are standing right up against it.
Are these 5 foot squares, Les?
Yes, they are.
Will you draw a line that's 10 squares wide, please?
I will indeed.
What's your bat so you don't fly through it?
Well, he's already up away.
Is the bat big enough it won't affect him?
He's 200 pounds. They're big. No idea.
So it probably won't affect him.
You shouldn't even come in contact with it. Yeah, I'm kind of wanting you to rotate that around.
Yep. Trying there. All right. And then you want it like right here?
That's fine. Where you put it is fine.
Okay.
I'd move it to the left a little bit so you can peek around, or make it to where you can peek around at one side or the other. The rest of us will just move to get behind it.
Who moved it?
Me?
Oh, okay.
It's hers. She can move it if she
Sure,
wants.
yeah.
I suppose.
Just making room for you guys.
So I'm probably going to shoot at them as they fly by.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I'm going to step out here and take my first shot at a penalty, so I'm going to stand here.
Yeah, start there, make your shots, and then you can do a 5 foot step back behind the wall.
Yeah.
All right.
And then I also want to catch bark skin on.
You can't right now.
No, next time. You said we had like 5 rounds.
Yeah, this is just the second round. And this is how many feet tall? 15?
Yep.
15 feet tall. Okay.
This is a spell, right?
All right. Gatto. That works. You look like you're. I mean.
Then my turn?
Yeah. Gatto, Flashheart, and Ohm. All right. So, is that with a bow?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, who's in a position to? So,
And then I use stealth.
All right. Farina and Flashheart, give me a perception check.
Farina sees all.
Farina sees all. All right, so you guys see Gatto, and Gatto's he's been kind of skulking around over on the side, kind of away from you guys, and he just kind of like takes it. It's a longbow, right?
Yeah.
He takes this longbow, and you see him kind of just like, takes a shot, and this thing unerringly just goes, and you think it hit one of those guys.
Nice.
Farina's jaw drops. Where is he?
Les, I was aiming at this one.
At the at the left side. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I took care of that. Yeah, so I mean, you just Farina as a fellow archer.
I'm gonna say nice shot.
Hell of a shot.
Yeah, nice shot.
And I don't know, Gatto, I guess probably looks over and grins.
No, as soon as I shot, I used stealth to move again.
Yeah, but they see you scuttling around over there.
Yeah.
All right, so Flashheart and Ohm, what do you guys do?
We move up to here. I could draw a bow, but it's going to be pretty much pointless for that's not my forte.
And you're behind a wind wall.
And now I'm behind a wind wall. I don't have any good taunting skills from this distance.
Okay.
I don't have much else to do just yet.
All right, so you duck behind the wall. All right, Ohm, what about you?
I'm ducking behind a wall.
Same way?
I'll turn my head around and say, stay behind me, Drow, and I'll protect you with the arrows. And turn back and face the things.
Okay.
Oh shit, Les. I missed something. Wind wall requires concentration.
To keep up?
I don't think we.
Oh, wait, that's not. I didn't see that.
I don't think we ever played like that. Have we?
I do not.
Yeah, she's in 5th edition D&D last week.
Oh yeah, no. This in Pathfinder. I'm looking at here. I'll show you.
I can look it up in Pathfinder. I just took.
No, I got it right here. I'll give you the link. It's easy. That's what I'm looking at, and I do not see that.
I don't see anything where it says concentration.
Yeah, I don't see anything where it requires concentration.
Duration 1 round per level.
Yep.
I was looking for when I saw the concentration.
Yep. Set it and forget it.
Nice.
See, that's why we played this game instead of 5e.
Yep. Rules.
Because this game makes sense. All right, so there's that. These guys, so now they're at 300 feet, and I think they are both going to shoot. The far eastern one is going to shoot at sort of the mass of you guys. And the other one, you know what? They're both going to shoot at the mass of you guys. So hold on a second. And I'm at -6 because of this, because of the thing. So first shot, second shot, both of these shots hit the wind wall and are blasted away. So that's them. Ilindar, now what?
So 300 feet away now?
Just 300 feet away, coming in hot.
Okay.
You gotta figure they got flyby attack.
Right. I am now. Hang on, let me look something real quick. Measure.
Oh, never mind.
Okay.
Hey, can you see health bars on those guys?
No. I don't see health bar.
I see mine.
No, he means on the Dragon Riders.
Oh, see me on the Dragon Riders.
No, I do not.
You don't, huh? It's weird because you.
Are they? Is this he taunting us?
I don't know.
Maybe they're illusions.
You should be seeing. It's showing them. Let's try that.
I do see God over the cat, right?
Huh?
Don, I see you where you're at, right?
You need a perception check. He's stealth.
Actually, a perception check because I use stealth. You actually see me.
Yep.
I'm going to tell you, come over closer. And me and Storm are going to delay.
Okay. Hey.
I'm going to say,
There's one.
I'm about 20 or 30 feet closer.
Hold on, I got you here. They changed the things, so there you go. See them now? You see the bars now?
Yeah.
All right, good. All right, so Illinar, you can see Gatto. It's your turn. You say, come closer.
Yeah. So I'm going to cast a spell, come closer.
Not a spell.
And me and Storm are both waiting for him to move.
All right, so you're moving down. All right, so Fletcher and Farina.
So
You're up.
What's
So Fletcher, you're just behind this wind wall, right?
yeah. What's the? How do I get someone to shoot at me? Is that to piss them off?
Well, I mean, just the last round, they did. I mean, they shot. Basically, they're 300 feet away. They shot longbows from atop their things. So they're basically on these dragon creatures that are just flying straight at you, and they're flying fast. So they have bows, and they're they're shooting. They shot but at this point, at this direction, they're not firing at targets because they're moving super fast relatively, you guys. They just see a group of you sort of clustered around in one place, and they're just shooting at that group.
Right.
The problem for them is that there's a wind wall that they couldn't see, so their arrows just went swing and just went flying away.
Is there anything I can do to make sure they keep shooting at me?
Like personally, I mean, normally it would be something like a taunt, but they're still so far away. I mean,
Right, it's hard to do.
if you want them, if it was me, I would probably say if I were to break out of the pack and make myself a target, that would probably be the best way. If I separated myself from the mass of people and sort of drew their attention by either maneuvering or running away or doing something like that. That's how I would.
Run around the wall.
But still be behind the wall.
Well, they don't know that the wall's there, so yeah.
Right. No, I mean for me.
They just figured they missed last time, huh? Because they're so far away, they probably couldn't tell.
They probably couldn't see where the arrows were. Yeah, they didn't see anything. And frankly, they're probably not, I mean, they're firing at a mass of people as opposed to an individual target. Keep in mind, these guys
Move to this square and moon them.
They are moving. I mean, you got to figure it. They're moving right at you super fast. They're moving 100 feet every round, which is pretty fast.
Yeah, so I will do something like moon them. I will do whatever I can do to intimidate them.
All right, it's going to take a couple of rounds for you to get your armor off.
You're going
Okay.
to intimidate them by mooning? I don't think you're that old of a man.
I mean, you could try like an intimidate check to try. I mean, but there's too far. I mean, I don't know that there really is anything you could do. The only thing
I'll try to get him to shoot at me, whatever it takes. But not
all right, so you're just sort of like waving at him, that kind of thing, like
you.
the signal from Team America, that kind of thing.
One thing a fighter may have done before is like if he had a shield and a weapon, kind of bang them together. I don't know if you don't have a shield, do you?
I don't know
I
if
don't
he
have a
does have
shield, but I have a couple of weapons.
Bang them together over your head. Just bang them together.
Okay.
I can bang radiance on my shield.
True. Yeah. All right. So you're banging your weapons together. Farina, what are you doing?
How close are they?
300 feet.
Okay. So
Why are we banging our weapons together?
You're
They
trying
shoot at us instead of the
to
archers.
draw attention to yourselves.
Got it. Okay, well, I can light radiance up like a beacon right here.
That would do
That
it.
might get somebody's attention. Yeah.
I will
somebody's attentions.
I will maximize Radiance's ambience and step aside from a little bit away from her, like a 5-foot step away from everybody else.
You guys
Wave
are
it around.
You guys are 5 days travel into the world wound, and you light up radiance. It's like, suddenly, it's like they're setting off distant early warning signs. There's a whole like squadron of rocks takes off from World Wound Central. We got an alert. Mig's in the territory. All right.
So those are all 2 less than what you see.
Ooh, 19, 10, and 17. Are those
19, 8, and 15 then.
19, 8, and 15? I don't know that's gonna. None of those are gonna hit at this range.
Okay.
I'm sorry. All right. You see, Karina's letting loose shots. I'm pretty sure she doesn't see anything. What about the bat? What's the bat do?
The bat has gone up and above them at this point.
All right. So it's going high.
Yeah, so it's not going to move its full 40. These are 10-foot squares. I'm sorry. 5
These are 5s, yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20. So at an angle to get above him, he'd probably be right about here.
Okay, so he's shooting up at a steep angle straight up in the sky.
Yeah, like a 45-degree angle.
Okay. How
Above him now.
fast? What do you have an idea of what elevation he's at right now?
40 foot. Well,
Oh.
instead of 40 straight up, he would have probably gone 20 up because he went 20 out and 20 up. So he's
20 out and 20 up. Okay, so he's about.
Oh, he's got a double move. Gordon's right. So
What's his? Oh, go ahead.
That would put him 5, 10, 15, 20. So now he'd be where I want to keep him, which is about 60 or 70, right? 10 to 15 foot above where they're coming in at.
Okay, so we'll just say 70 feet. He's 20 feet above him.
Okay.
Unless you want to be lower. You want to be 60?
No, because he can attack with that height. So he's basically on op fire too. So
he's waiting for them to come underneath him so he can swoop down on him?
he'll probably actually move and engage him earlier because that'll mess him up and it'll give me some flanking. So no, next round I'm going to move him further up.
Okay. All right. Cool. And you've already fired. All right. Gatto, Flash, and Ohm. Ilindar, you're saying you're going after Flashheart?
No, after Gatto.
Gatto moves 30 feet closer, like he was told.
But you can't see him.
I'm not using stealth right now.
I saw him.
Okay. So you're not stealthing right now?
I am not stealthing right now.
All right. What about the message you just sent me?
Read it. It's not about stealth. Oh, ignore that part.
It's like everything but the first two sentences.
Right. Well.
All right. Okay, cool.
You can hey, Don, if you want to stealth, you can stealth because I saw where you were at. I saw you last round, and if I see you even start moving my direction.
Oh, he's cutting across there, headed for the cover. But you see him. He's drawing another arrow.
Well, I moved 30 feet and stopped again. Yeah.
You can actually just fire a single shot then.
No, I'm sizing things up.
Okay.
All right.
Hang on, before anybody else goes,
okay.
I know there's several people. I'm moving to right here, and I am casting haste, so that gets everyone except for the bat.
Okay.
Unless, how far is that bat up in the air?
Oh, it's 40 feet in the air.
He's too far away, so it's everyone but the bat.
Okay.
And then
nice.
Storm, how far are these guys off the ground that are flying in?
About 50 feet.
Okay. Storm's going to lift off pretty much and get to 50 foot in the air.
Okay.
About...
Dude, what are you doing, ice?
Is that me? Sorry. Trying to stay awake. Sorry about that.
What are you
I'll
eating?
mute myself again. Ice.
Oh, man.
It is ice.
It is ice.
Okay.
All right. So what's your elevation?
Elevation right now is 50 feet.
50 feet. All right. I was wrong about the bat. The bat is 70 feet up. So you're down. So you're, so the bat is here and you are back a little bit and below.
Yep.
All right. But you are on the same level as the two riders. Okay. Flashheart and Ohm.
You guys are now hasted, so if you're doing any kind of ranged attack,
Holmes got nothing to do range, so he's going to just wait.
he's going to
I
quickly.
could try with a bow, but I mean, they're pretty far out there. I'm a mediocre bowman at best.
Okay.
I have a short bow.
All
I don't
right.
think they got some range, is it? The short bow.
Oh, I imagine it's a lot more problematic than a longbow from the point of view of range.
Probably has a slightly higher negative, but it shouldn't be much. What's the range increment on a short bow?
Okay, here.
Don't know, and I can't frankly trust you guys anymore after the whole wind wall incident.
Sorry, yeah, the composite short bow range 60.
All right, so
Way
every
outside
60.
60,
All
right?
right, yeah, so there are 5 range increments out right now.
So you're at -10 to shoot that right now.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm gonna hold up. I was supposed to get their attention, right, with waving radiance, so I will just I will zoom over here and then zoom back because I'm hasted. I'm gonna do a splash move.
Okay, cool.
Not really the flash right now.
All right, they move to 200 feet away, and they're going to fire again, although this time they're firing at the airborne creatures because, honestly, it's not because they see the wind wall, which they don't. These creatures represent the biggest threat right now. So they're going to focus their fire, I think, one against Storm and one against the Bat. Left on Storm, right on Bat. They're 2 range increments away at 200 feet, right?
It's longbows, yeah. Actually, no. Do they have longbows?
You have longbows.
If they're exactly 200 from them, it's only one range increment.
It's 1 range increment, so -2?
Yep.
All right, here we go. So the first one on Storm, the one on the left, that's going to miss. One on the right against the Bat. 17. 17 going to hit that dire Bat?
I forgot to check it. Hang on.
Hold on. AC 14. That's going to hit him. So how much damage did it do there?
I've got AC 20, but I'm probably up to some other stupid.
No, you're on.
AC 20. Where are you getting 14?
AC 20.
They're not
I'm looking at the bestiary listing. Is it AC 20 because it's a summoned creature?
Yeah, I got it off the summon creature chart.
And it says AC 20?
Uh-huh.
All right, then that's a miss. That goes away. And you see Gatto and Farina. Give me a perception check. Okay. Gatto obviously has other things on his mind. Farina, you see these guys shoot, and then you see them putting away their longbows and drawing their lances.
That's going to be a 30% miss, right? Chance?
In what sense?
Going through the wind wall. If it's bigger than an arrow. Like
Oh, yeah, you don't think this isn't... These lances are not something that they throw.
No.
They're going to
try and
Skewer.
take something.
They're going to skewer.
They're going to try and skewer these guys, and they seem to be still maintaining their height at 50 feet. So,
Did you watch tonight's episode too?
yeah, they're going. You think they're going for the flying creatures first?
Okay.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
I was like,
Oh, sorry. It's Richie. Talking to Richie. All right, that's them. Fletcher and Farina. What do you guys do? These guys are 200 feet away.
arrows.
And you're hasted, so one more arrow and everything's a +1.
No, that's what my third arrow's from. I took that into account.
Like I said, just reminding you that haste also gives you a +1 to attack.
I got that on too.
Okay.
So I'm still at a -2, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
So
because of range.
All right, so
those are correct.
those are correct shots. All right. All right. Which one are you shooting at, or are you shooting at both, or
I'll shoot at the one on the right that Gatto didn't hit.
one on the right? Okay. So, all right. So one goes into the beast, and one goes into the guy.
Okay. Damage.
So do the beast first.
Great.
And then, so 4 and 9, beast and guy?
Yep.
Okay. All right, there's beast. And then the guy, hold on a second. Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, you think you got a couple of hits. You definitely hit the creature because you hear it kind of like, kind of like let out a sort of a, not a squawk, but sort of a bellow.
Kind of squawk.
I'm sorry?
I just tore my fingernail kind of squawk.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it didn't do tons of damage, but and then you think that you hit the guy too, but you're unsure. I mean, it's so far away.
Which one was she aiming at?
The one that the rightward one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of you.
All right, Fletcher. I'm assuming you're still trying to, dancing around, trying to get attention.
Yep, and taunting.
Okay, Gatto.
Oh, my bat moved too.
Oh, okay. So he's moving forward. Did you move it? No, you haven't moved it yet. Go ahead and move him forward. Okay. Gatolio, I have to get back to you on something. Hold on.
Yeah, I know.
You know what? You know what I got to tell you, right?
Yep.
All right. Just a second. Okay. Here we go. Huh. Okay. All right.
I throw my bow down in disgust.
No, you don't have to do that. You won't really have an opportunity to do that. All right, sending it to Gatto.
Oh, okay.
Why did it do that? I don't know why it did that. That's weird. Okay, so yeah, so that's what happened. So I don't know if anybody's watching you, but that's what happens to you with all the things associated with that. Flashheart Ohm. I'm assuming Flashheart, you have radiance out and you're shining that light to me.
Correct.
Okay.
I'm
For Farina to say nice shot again, Ben.
No, if you look up, actually, Farina, give me a perception check.
I'm gonna be like the ground crew at the airport with radiance, like this way.
All right, so you look over in time. You see Gatto kind of like aiming up another shot. It looks like he's doing that same thing, and he releases the thing, and the arrow sort of snaps, and 2 pieces of it smack him in the face, and he goes falling over sideways until he's on the ground. The bow's on the ground. He's like falling to the ground.
Yeah, I don't even get my second shot off.
I definitely say nice shot.
But this time with sarcasm.
All right. Now they are within. Hold on a second. I want to get this right. So.
Hey, I only used 1 arrow though. At least I get 1 back.
Yeah.
That's nice.
All right. This one is going for. Is that right? Hold on. That's not right. I'm wrong. He's there. Okay. So Lance out, and he is headed for the bat. This one is kind of goes this way a little bit. He's arcing to the left, but you see he's looking to come around at Storm from the side. It looks like he's wheeling around. They both have their lances out and ready to deploy, which they will do next time. They do not shoot. All right, now we're on the board. Now we've got a fight. Fletcher and Farina.
You can do it, Farina. I'm giving moral support.
So how high is this dragon still? 20 feet below me, or is it angled up? It's on the same level I'm at.
You mean from the bat point of view?
Yep.
It has come up. Yeah, it's coming up towards you. It's still about maybe 5 feet below you, but it's coming right up at him.
So I should be able to still attack from above. So that's what he's going to do.
All right, so he's going to move forward and plop down on him.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't flank, you want to get behind him,
Well, I
So these, oh, wait. Hold up.
to do that after.
Lance's range, so he can get within that. You're going to go through.
Lance have reach.
Yeah, have reach.
So he will get an attack of opportunity. You can attack, but he will get an attack of opportunity.
So you might as well go past it anyway.
So even coming up to him to attack?
Yeah, because he's gonna be able to bring the lance to bear before you get close enough to attack. Unless you have a reach attack.
But then I can't attack if I do a double move, Gordon. Because wasn't I was like right here.
You don't move a charge.
You can do a charge,
How's that work?
Just double move and one attack.
same as it does on the ground.
Okay.
You're not very far away. I mean, you're only
All right.
20 feet away.
I'll fly over and attack him from behind then.
So you're going to go up and around?
The charge has to be a straight line.
It's got to be a straight line.
But actually, the charge, you still get the attack
I
of
don't even
opportunity.
need to charge because I'm within 20 feet. I don't.
Yeah,
have
you
to
can
charge.
get there in time. The only thing is he's got the lance out and it's a long
reach.
weapon.
He's going to get the attack of
Yeah, what I'm
opportunity.
trying to do is get behind him so that I can give myself flanking
Oh, okay.
and also get an attack. But maybe the thing to do is just
Go underneath or above.
above him. I think
Avoid
that's
him altogether.
I'll just double move above him, out of reach. So if I'm already 5 foot, well, let's
You
see
just do something like this. You're flying at him. He's
That's
a little lower. He's starting to come up. You just kind of do one of these.
Yes.
Go around. Okay,
Yes.
gotcha.
Yes.
All right. So yeah, no problem.
Okay. That's
Now you get a second move action too.
that is my second. That's both move actions.
That's both
Oh,
move
okay.
actions.
Oh, you're coming up. You're kind of wheeling around. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you're coming up behind him, and he's looking around. It's like Goose from Top Gun.
So then now I can take 3 more shots.
Well, he's not engaging the guy.
He's talking about Farina taking 3 shots.
That's
No,
what I'm talking about. Does she get?
Talk about the
If he's
flanking.
not engaging him.
Oh, you're not flanking right now.
Until you don't think that's going to throw him off a 200-pound bat flying over his head behind him? Isn't that the whole?
Well,
point?
there's a difference between disconcerting somebody and actually getting a flanking bonus.
Okay.
He has to be.
Yeah, I'm sure he's.
Square.
I'm sure he doesn't find this to be amusing, but I don't know that you would get a bonus on shots because of it.
Okay. How far away are we, Les? Did you measure?
About 100 feet.
Okay, so I don't have to take any negatives anymore. Correct.
Correct.
Okay, so I'm going to switch arrows to these Beast Bane arrows.
Beastbane. All right. So, okay.
Are you hitting the dragons then?
I'm aiming for the dragon this time, yes.
All right. So, hold on. What do you know the definition of what constitutes a beast for the point of view of
Magical
Bane?
beast. Magical beast is what it says. Yeah, I don't know.
Magical beast. So let me.
They were arrows from the Chimera nest.
Okay.
Now it just added a +2, but if it's magical, it would actually add 2 more that I guess I'd have to do manually, right?
They add 2 to your attack against magical beasts and add 2d6 to the damage.
It's +2 to anything, +4 if it's a magical beast, and then plus there's extra damage.
Oh, okay.
But the extra damage was only like 2 points. It's still a D8, but instead of +3, it's +5.
No, the damage should be a 2d6 more.
Yeah. Bane arrows do two. If you hit the correct type.
Right,
then
right.
Do an extra 2d6.
See there, +2d6
Oh.
damage if magical beast.
Okay, so I won't know until I hit it, if I hit it.
Correct.
So if it is if it's a magical beast, you're going to add 2 for me because I don't know. I'm doing it as if it's not.
Okay.
Make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay.
You should probably roll the 2d6, and then Les will either know to include it or not include it.
Oh, because I can't really tell.
We were focusing all those arrows at the mount.
Yes.
Okay, got it. All right. Any bonuses on any of those?
No, that's
+2 if it's a magical.
Are we getting one?
Yeah, it's magical +2.
Okay, so it is not a magical beast, and all 3 of these arrows miss.
This time, when last time they hit, one of them hit.
The 26 hit the beast, and the 23 hit the guy.
You have a 26.
What did you have? Hold on a second. Yeah, you had a 26 and a 23. It was the first 2 shots.
26 was a perception roll.
That was
Oh, then you only got 1 shot. You only got 1 hit on the guy.
all right. Well, then take the 4 points off the beast.
Done. Love getting hit points back. All right. All right. So yeah, all of those are misses. So just for the sake of argument, the creature's AC is 23 and the guy's AC is 21. So what I've been doing is, if you have various hits, I've been splitting them, because if you don't specify, I've just been splitting the hits. Make sense?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So that's Farina, Gatto, and Ilindar.
You know what you're doing, Don?
Yeah.
Fixing your bow.
My hasted move is to get to here.
Wait,
and
you're
then
prone.
I'll,
You're
make
prone, dude.
my bows in proper order for my second action.
Dude, you're prone.
Oh, I stand up and move there, and I'm done.
Okay. All right. All right, Storm, what are you doing? Tell us.
You didn't get my note.
I did get your note, and I know the number.
Okay. Let me do the roll.
Okay.
There is an attack of opportunity, though.
There is indeed.
You
I
go ahead
will.
and take that.
I will absolutely take it. Hold on a second. Shit. Here we go.
Are we going one more round of this, or are we stopping it?
We're gonna stop.
No.
Yeah, after the end of this round.
Okay, cool. Let's see, I'm zoning out.
25 on the attack of opportunity.
That's a miss.
Okay. All right, Ilindar, that a 20, the CMD of the guy, 20.
Nice.
You got him. So Bull Rush.
Nice work.
All right, let's see what happens.
It
So
pushes him back 5 feet, which should push him right off the thing and push him down to the ground.
hold on, I'm checking the rules. I want to see what this happens.
Let's see if he has a parachute.
Like when Randy
Bull
jumps and
Rush.
hits the pigeon.
Bull Rush
Just
is standard
explode.
action. Bull Rush opponent is no more. If your attack is successful, your target is pushed back 5 feet. For every 5 feet in which your attack exceeds your opponent's CMD, you can push the target back an additional 5 feet. All right.
neat.
Yeah. So yes. So yeah. You guys see Storm fly up there. He dodges a lance and cracks this guy, and this guy goes flying off the back of the thing. He falls to 50 feet, which I will roll, or unless you want to roll, it's 5d6 of
I'll do it.
falling damage.
So, Matt, here's your guided question. Here's your rider.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you.
can question him if he survives.
17 points. All right. He falls to the ground, lance still in hand with a thump. Boom, he lands on the ground. Ah! The creature kind of flies off and begins to sort of like, I mean, it's kind of confused and that kind of stuff, but it kind of catches itself and begins to sort of like figure out what it wants to do.
I would guess Storm would probably end up just on the backside of him.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, I mean, you go through. Basically, he's here. You go through him. He falls backwards, and you just keep going straight.
Okay.
So you're still at like 50 feet up.
Right.
The creature is behind you. The guy is below you, but he's
Right.
on the ground. Lands on the ground. All right, cool.
I called the Flashheart and Fletcher. You've got
Go
to
get
tell
him.
Hooray!
And you can get there quickly.
Okay, and then Flashheart and Ohm, it's your turn. I don't know if you guys are going to do anything. Are you guys going to run out there?
Yeah, Ohm would definitely run out there if he's got a target. So he's going to use the haste. What does haste do when you're hasted to move?
Adds 30.
Adds 30, so 20. So if he's running, if he's charging, but he's in plate mail, so he gets 3 times.
Can you hear me? I'm sorry.
Yeah, now
Okay,
we get Yeah, you get 3 times. So it would
60 plus 30 would be 90 is what he's
actually dwarves are only 20, so with the 30 be 50. So you could go 150 in one round, but you couldn't do anything at the end of it.
I think that's fine. So how many was that? Oh, thank you. Yeah, so we're right there, right? We got right on top of it. Okay.
So you got all the way out to the dude?
They're hasted.
They're hasted, yeah.
Actually, I would go a little less
A
fast.
full run. He doesn't do anything else.
Okay. Hold on, let me put this out.
It's like Clank City. Clank, 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 clank.
Hold on. Let me give you a power bar here. All right, so you guys run out there. This guy's just like laying on the ground. You see him go, he's trying to like push himself up on this lance, which he still has in his hand, like a broken piece of lance. And he's trying to push himself up. As you guys are like, boom, boom, boom. You guys are like a couple of armored tanks running out there to go see this guy. This creature flies by. So hold on. She's gonna keep flying. That's first move action, second move action there. So she's going to do that. And just sort of flies by you guys. This one, what is he going to do? We
still don't see a health bar on the downed rider.
Oh, hold on a second. You should.
And he should be -4 hit points from my first arrow.
You hit the beast.
Okay.
I think you said he hit. Oh, didn't he? No.
The rider. I'm the one that hit.
Maybe I remember now.
Right.
Yeah, I think.
Do you see him, Bart, now?
No.
What in the frickety frack?
We also don't see one for Ohm.
Oh, God, I'm going to have to work on it. All right.
Okay.
We'll get there. All right. This guy is going to... So he's going to do, frankly, he's going to do a quick sense motive check on the bat. No, he's not. He doesn't have sense motive. All right. So he is going to keep going forward towards the wall.
That almost had a collision course with him and averted it.
You hit the rider. It's like he had echolocation.
All right. So he's going to go there. So that's 100. He's not going to be close enough, but he's going to stop.
Out to attack the bat. Why would he not attack it?
It's behind him.
Yeah, he's moving full steam in one direction.
Yep. And that's where he's going to stop so he can attack next round. He still does not see the wind wall. So he's just coming right at you guys. All right. It's 11:05. We should probably stop there. That's the end of the round. And next A team, which is in 2 weeks, we will start here. Next week is B team. And we'll be back in business then. Thank you, guys. This is awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh, wait.
Good night, everybody.
2 weeks is Mother's Day?
Next week is Mother's Day.
Next week is Mother's Day.
Oh, does anybody have... Oh, well, then B team is probably a good idea. Does anybody have a problem?
I'm good.
I'll be here.
That's all.
So in this case, it's Mother's Day.
Mother.
All right. Well, great. Thank you guys. This is awesome. I
Have a good
will
week.
see you all next week.
Cheers.
All right. Later, dudes.
Yeah.
Bye.
Hey, Les.
Yep.
Real